meeting you. And yeah, that's all I would say. So okay, so here's what I have actually planned for you all. Now, if you really consider funnel, there's quite some misconceptions in the market. Starting with some people would be like, we need design, we need copy, we need email marketing in place, we need proper tech, and all those kind of misconceptions. The thing is, those are, if you really from my experience, as far as I have kind of seen this market, and also in the entire funnel, sales funnel, click funnels world, those things are just small little pieces of a really freaking big puzzle. Okay. And you really have to understand that. So if by the end of the day, by the end of my 15 minutes, I can give you some value and give some clarity on like how to actually think about funnel, I would think it'll be a success for me. So so again, if you guys have any question, whether on the Facebook group or in this Zoom, just drop it in and I'd be more than happy to answer that. So yeah, let's kind of get started into the real part. And if you have actually read my article, there I talked about like there's a way to actually think about funnel, and there's a way or a process to actually go about building a high converting funnel. And you guys have probably heard like people talk about high conversion, high converting funnel, 7-figure funnel, 6-figure funnel, 4-figure funnel, and all this kind of what I would say, a delusion in the market. But they're just kind of talking from their what they have learned or what they have seen. But when you actually experience it, there's so much more into it. Like the other day I was talking with Vamsi, and he was like, I made my first funnel. And he was like quite frustrated because he actually dig deeper and he realized that, oh, there's so many things to it, right? And that's what actually happens when you actually go about building your funnel. But instead of trying to build a funnel from any kind of perspective or any angle, there's actually a proven process. Okay. So yeah, I mean, as this is my process, I don't know, you guys have different processes, or you can have your different angle. But what I usually start with, like for any kind of project, like anything, like whether it's like a 7-figure business owner or it's like someone who's just getting started, the first thing is to actually define your end goal. Like, I know it's a bit cliche, but the end goal is not like to get sales. It's to get to the dot. It's like to get this amount of leads and to have an email list of 2,000 people. And in those 2,000 people, I'll be sending them indoctrination series or engagement series, and I'll be warming up those leads. That's like an end goal. It's not like I need to make $10,000. No, that's not your end goal. Your end goal is like, I will be making $10,000 by doing this. I need to set up a proper email sequence. I need to have a self-liquidating offer or a break-even tripwire offer, or all those kind of things. So that's what I usually start with. Like, what are you actually looking for when you're building a funnel? And you really have to define that end goal. Now, because end goal is good for having a vision and having like a map to walk through. And if you can really properly define it, it's like a bonus on your end. Okay. So once you get that part down, once you have that thing down, it's actually to come back, and it's actually to kind of start thinking from the really basic of your marketing. So the very first thing when anybody is kind of marketing to any area, it's always to know who you are marketing. It's your who. It's like who you're actually talking about or who you are targeting. So that part is commonly known as customer avatar. You can get like all kind of worksheets or whatever. But if you really don't define that, and if you really don't take some time to actually write that down properly, like you have to know that person properly. Okay. And I'm not saying like, oh, my customer avatar is John, he's 20 years old, he goes to college. No, those are quite vague terms. Like you only are talking about what you're seeing. You're not really talking about what that person feels or what kind of his tastes or interests are. So recently I did a customer avatar for one of my clients, and the deeper we dug, like the deeper we went into that avatar, the better marketing we were able to propose, the better ads we were able to do. Why? Because we know what his problems are, what kind of pain points he has every night, and is kind of scratching his head and being like, oh, I wish this thing is solved. Like my life would be way better. So you need to figure that thing out. And this point, like not actually digging deeper and kind of understanding what your customer is or who your customer is the difference between your funnel that won't convert and a funnel that will make you like 6 figure, 7 figure, and beyond that. So if you can really do that, it's great. Like, take some time doing it. Okay, so no matter where you are, like most of you people might just be starting out with your funnel, and you need a good funnel. Take some time doing it. It might be like quite tedious. It might be like you have to think for a day or two, but yeah, it's really worth it. You're not It's an asset for your business. It's like someone, if someone comes and asks you who you're selling to, you can tell that person confidently, like, I'm selling to this dude. He has this problem. He wakes up every night with this thing. He has all kind of stuff like that. So do that, right? Now, once you kind of define your customer, everything gets really easy. Everything kind of now is like a downfall from here, because once you know someone's pain point, once you know what that person is feeling, or for someone who's looking to get in a relationship, the biggest pain point is not being able to get in a relationship, or not getting in connected with his partner or whatever. So that's like a constant pain he has every single day. Now, if you're smart enough, and if you're someone who's in that particular market, if you can just make a relationship course, and if you can be like, talk to his pain point directly, like, are you tired of constantly dating or getting no's from all the girls you talk to, or something like that, that's a win. So that's how you should think about getting into your offer. So once you have your avatar nailed down, your pain, their pain points, what kind of language they speak. That's like a really important part. Then you can easily craft a product which they want. It's like, let's say you're going to a shopping mall, and you want to get a phone. If like, the only reason you're going there is to get a phone, just think how easy it is for someone to sell you that phone. Like, you know
Mm.
that's how you should actually kind of think about it in the online marketing space as well. Like, you cannot get those warm buyers instantly, but if you just follow them through a proper sequence, or proper way of taking them through conversion, you'll definitely get those kind of people. But it's always better to start on the right foot. So that's another really important part. And again, offer building is like an entire course in itself, because there's so many parts to it. But I'll try to just give you a basic. Just take those pain points and break it down, like, break it down into steps. Okay, for someone to get in a relationship, it's like a freaking big long process. It's like life changing for someone, right? It's like taking from before state to an after state. He's not in a relationship, he's in a relationship. The path that person walks in, break it down, like, have your products which takes him from here to here, like one step closer, and then another product which takes him from this step to this step, and then the final one will be actually helping him get that, in that place where he wants to. So just think about your offer as like check posts, as like checkpoints in the journey. So
Yeah,
if you can just come up with something that is their next solution, or that's the next thing they'd want, and it kind of solves their problem, and not just like some illusionary thing, you'd be good to go with the offer part. And that's a really crucial part that I can give you when it comes to offer. Now, the rest of the things are kind of simple, like you just need to get a really good copy in place, and then have good design, and just follow up. That's pretty much how you should actually think about funnel. But most people, what I see everybody doing is getting straight into the funnel building part, like funnel building. I need to build a funnel, I need to design a funnel, I need to write copy and all those things. But if you really don't know the back end part of the strategy, which includes defining your who and crafting an offer that kind of speaks to them, you're just lost in a wonderland. You're just trying to shoot in the dark, and you just are being delusional. And if you're just thinking that, oh, I might hit the target, you have that I might, but if you know your process, if you know your avatar, if you have a really good offer in place, it's like a direct hit. It's like it's gonna work. It's like it's proven. It has to work.
yeah,
So that's what I've really learned from my experience, like having 6 figure launches in the past couple of months. So that's I'm also learning and growing so far. But yeah, the best thing I can say is, like, work on your avatar, define your who first, and then define, after going from defining your who, it's like it really gets easier, like crafting an offer gets like really easier, and getting the other things like the funnel building part is like, yeah, a skill is involved there as well, but those are the technical terms. But yeah, defining your avatar and your offer, those are like the main thing that kind of determines whether your funnel will work or not. So it's like a crucial part. Like, so you just have to keep those things in mind, and get going with your funnel building journey, or having a really high converting funnel.
You have defined your avatar, I guess, because you clearly wrote that helping course creators. So that itself says that while you're doing your business, you have defined your avatar already. Avatar, that's called. I also call it a buyer persona when we talk in inbound marketing or other places. You're calling it as an avatar, and
But
looks
you
like
also, but you have to get deeper in it. Like, it's not something that you just see, and
yeah.
because
Hmm.
if you don't get deeper in it, two things will suck on your end. Your ad copy is going to be terrible, you won't be speaking their language, and your copy in the funnel itself will like be crappy.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to go deeper. It's not like something you just spend like 30 minutes to write it down. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Most people kind of think like defining a customer avatar is like answering few questions and just getting into it. But there's so much pain points, and there's so much things to explore in that part. So this course creators is like a really broad topic, but that's not like, it's a different part.
No, what I mean to say here is like when you're writing course creators there, I know that you are creating your content, you're attracting people the way you're doing content on Facebook, on your Facebook live. I'm seeing you do a lot of Facebook lives. So when you know your target audience, people call target audience, you call buyer persona, you call it avatar. Means in marketing there are different languages to that. That's what I generally understand. And when you know them very well, uh, definitely all the remaining part gets very much refined, and the it will be very connected to the person who then he will be very much interested to take the action there when things are connected there. So that's what that's why I'm telling that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
that's Sashank. Actually, Shashank, you actually got the crux of it. Like you told the crux of it. So people thinking about the copy and all, Shashank's giveaway or takeaway from this 10-minute talk, maybe is that first define and know whom are you selling to. So that's very very important. Know them better than I wrote somewhere else, like for email marketing or lead nurturing. Know them better than your kid's favorite ice cream flavor. So you need to know them as much as possible. Then only you can do things better. So Shashank, actually, we'll take questions together once after we do with everyone, because
But we can take now, like, if anybody have
everyone is
question
there that
related
we
to
take.
my topic.
Yeah, no, we'll take later. I don't think any relevant specific questions to this topic. So we will continue and we'll take at once. And I think now it's time for Anuran Das to take us through his specific topic. So Anuran, over to you.
Thanks, Govardhan. It's a pleasure to be here today.
It's
So,
likewise. Yeah.
absolutely. So, first of all, thanks to the audience who is present. I'm loving the vibe. So, basically, I would like to introduce before I dive deep. So, I started my journey as a fire trainer. Then I turned a chemist, then a digital marketer, and right now a funnel practitioner. For the last couple of months, I have been getting a consistent basis of question that what are funnels? And this is a question which I think that most of the people are confusing in daily life. I can assure you right now that whatever the audience is present right now, you all are a part of funnel in today's world.
Okay.
All the audience right now here to all the audience in the live, you all are a part of funnels. And each of everyone, you are doing a digital marketing, you are also doing a part of funnels. Yes, now the question will be how. See, when you are selling someone a digital marketing service, I think someone of you are selling Google ads, someone someone of you are doing a service or Facebook ads, don't you say in the next month, so the Facebook ads, and why don't you take the full marketing, omni-channel marketing from me? The Facebook ads, Google ads, and all the social media marketing ads, you all do it. So that's a part of upsell, which you all do. So we all are a part of funnels. First question. The second thing which I would like to share, I would like to share a very short story here before I go dive deep. So it was 2019 when I just went to my boss office. So my boss said to me, "What's the sales report of this month?" I said that, "Sir, the sales is going nice, but the conversion rate is something around 6%. So he said, "Why?" I said, "Sir, we are doing the calls, we are doing everything, but it's not converting." He said me something that I never forgot till today. "Do you have a sales process in place?" I just said, "Sales process? Yeah, I do. I'm doing the phone calls, I'm getting the leads, I'm doing the phone calls on a regular basis." But that thing struck me that time, that we didn't have a sales process. Most of the time, the funnels which we say is the total sales process, taking a customer from point A to point B. This journey is called funnels. When you go to McDonald's, you will see in the McDonald's when you go that first you offer them a burger. You ask that, "Can I have a burger?" The same time they will ask you, "Why don't you have fries with it?" So that is what is that? That's a related product. They are selling something, a related product. That, "Hi sir, if you're taking this burger, take this fries also." And at the same time, the person will come a few minutes later and ask him, "Sir, today we are having another special offer. Why don't you take this double cheeseburger today?" So that's an upsell. So we all are a part of funnels. So basically the topic which I decided to say today is the client acquiring mini game plan. Why mini? Because major will be on our course launch later.
That will be the later part of the funnel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the later. So the mini game plan I will share it. Before I share anything, understand one thing: each and everything has a strategy. Funnel is funnel is basically attaching all the things together in a one place and taking a customer journey to all through the cycle so that your conversion rate increases. That's the similar thing. When you go to a tea stall, you order for a tea, that person immediately says for a biscuit also, so that he can increase the order value from you. That is what you are also going to do through the funnels, so that your profitability increases. So I have just broken down into a few steps the client acquiring mini game plan, which I called attract, qualify, convert, close, and retain. I think we all do these steps on a regular basis, but we don't follow a system through it. And once the system gets crystal and clear, what we do is that the conversion ratio increases. We all are searching through, we are all are running either ads, we all are doing networking and all those things. Then what we are doing is that we are qualifying those leads, then doing a Zoom call and converting that, and then we are taking the customer on board, and then we are pitching them the next thing. So we are doing all of these things. But when we do this thing in a systematic manner, so that each and every step has a specific reason why we are doing, and each and everything is interconnected with each other, so that the conversion ratio increases, that's where I think the funnel game comes into play. So what's the attract stage is that attract stage is all about the platforms where you find the client. As my friend Sashank said in the few minutes back on his session, that it's the customer avatar which you're looking for. The customer avatar is the main thing, as fantastically explained by Sashank, that why, who, what, the how, and also the where. Where are they hiding? So you have found out from Sashank's that motivational speech that what are the persons you are going to target. Now you need to find where are they hiding. You need to find those persons from that internet, and once you found that gold mine, you can go all out. So you need to find from the platforms like Facebook, Instagram, by using that your target audience hashtags, by on Facebook from specific niche groups, on LinkedIn by specific niche groups or content method, or through any tools, from YouTube, from some channels, from doing 3D targeting and all of this. And then what you need to do is that you need to build bring them on a qualifying page where you can have a video in which you are just qualifying them that are they the right fit for you or not. And from them who are qualifying and just filling up the form, you can have them on a Zoom call, and on the Zoom call you can try to convert them for your services. And obviously understand one thing, we all do business with the person we trust. If today I am no one, if you today you don't know me, then you won't do business with me because I'm a totally unknown person to you. If after this session, if I go and talk with you, you will more probably interact with me because I'm a known figure right now because you have seen me somewhere. So that's where the email marketing comes into picture, where I say, as per my outcome or my just process, that it builds the greatest trust. Once the trust is built with the end user, doing a business is very easy. Why I'm saying is this is that a few days back, I and Sachin was having a meeting. One of our client was not converting. We were regularly emailing him on an email sequence, or what we were doing is that we were reaching him through outbound messages, but he was not converting. So what we did was that I reached out to that person that, hey Mike, what's the problem going on? He said that recently that one of my construction, he has a construction site, one of a accident happened. So he said that he was very sad in that moment. That same scenario struck me 1 year back. 1 year back, I was basically the GM of a company. So what happened was that one of the course, so we were selling a dropout course that's called the fire and safety course. We were selling to all the dropout students. So one of the students was continuously, we were calling them and continuously he was not picking up. So he was not so much, he was very interested at the first, but the interest rate dropped on the later portions. So what happened was that the person who was there below me was a much senior person. He has a much bigger experience. He said that give me the call. I gave him the phone. He just dialed. So he dialed his mother's number. And his mother said that, hey, yes, we are interested, but his father is very sick. His father is recently admitted to a hospital and he will be coming back in the next 2 days. So it's so the problem lies there. We want to admit our son, but we are having some dilemma. That person didn't, I will say the name of that person, his name was Shantanu. He didn't say any word about sales. He said a very simple thing. If you are having any problem, I have a doctor. I have a doctor who is a very well known. I will connect with him today evening only, and you can then say about sir's condition and how sir is, and any help you require, we will help you. That's the same thing that the person Shantanu said him. And within 3 days, he came with his son and admitted him. So that's where the trust comes into the picture. The same thing why I said is that a few days back, I also said to my client the same thing, that by any problem, we are there with you. We are like a family. Why I said this? Obviously, yes, we are a family, but sitting in India and saying someone to Australia, I can't do anything. But what I can do is that I can just remortify his pain. I can build the trust with him. He can trust me, no, that person cares for me. And the person who cares for you is the person you will obviously do business with. Most of the time when we get emails and all those things, high converting email sequences, the soap opera sequence, it builds the trust. It builds the liveliness with the end user, which usually converts. And once you have converted, now what you have to do is that you have to give a fantastic service, which will obviously help to retain the client. And then what we say is that we will pitch them to the next funnel. The next funnel can be anything. You can take the marketing of that funnel properly in the proper manners and all of these things. So this is the mini game plan. You will be getting the article in which will be in a more detailed manner. I am just saying it on a total eye level overview as I can't show you the things. So these are the things which you need to do, is that first find the platforms, as Sashank said, make your who, then find the where are they hiding on the internet, find them. After you find them, then transfer them to a qualifying page where you are qualifying the clients. After then, you are sending them to a Zoom call. And once you're sending them to a Zoom call, then you can convert them. Once you convert them, then what you can do is that you have a retaining service. You have a fantastic team which serves them. And after that, pitch them the next thing. This is the way the cycle moves on. And if you do it effectively, the conversion ratio would increase.
Yeah, yeah. Really, that's whatever you're telling is like empathy part. Like you did not put that same word, the trust and all thing. Empathy is very very important in today's
Absolutely.
world. All marketers need to learn this thing, because if you don't have empathy, customers are able to sense it very fast. And now everyone is doing business with people whom they know, like you
After the
specifically
COVID
mentioned.
scenario, trust issues have already risen. So the person whom you trust, you do easy business with them. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
And whatever the thing, the funnels and all those things, see, funnels for me is what in the physical world a person is guiding you through that journey. The same thing in the digital world, a system is guiding you through that journey. The
Hmm.
pages are interconnected, the automation runs in, the process which runs in is called the funnels. That's the thing. The
Yeah, and
goal,
also for me, funnel is like going out on a date. It's like on the first date, you wouldn't ask like, "Can we get married?" It's like a process. So just think of it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
first ask the girl for a WhatsApp number, then pitch for her, then pitch her more for a one-to-one date, and then pitch for her the more things.
But most people just go on that first date and just be like, "Can we name our baby right now?" That's what I see everybody doing. So stop doing that.
Yeah, actually, see, the names are different and all. When it comes to funnels and all, things are simplified. When it talks about funnels, people think funnels is like operating a software or something. Definitely not. When I started my website on diabetes way back in 2014, I was just generating good content. I was just sharing my journey, and the empathy started. Like Anuran was telling, the connectivity started. They are able to relate themselves with me because I'm not a doctor. I know I'm in their shoes. So I know their pain points, like Sashank was mentioning about the pain points, know how. So whenever, whatever we talk, it's completely relatable. That's the reason in the world now, life coaches are on a rage. Now you see, you can find a life coach on any subject literally. And there are some weird topics people are a life coach. I can't recollect to talk about. So coming to funnels part, so ultimately the marketing still lies intact, where but when to put the offer, when to say it, where to say it, how to say it, maybe these things I'm able to grasp from you guys when you are talking, and I'm trying to generalize it to the other audience also, because these are all applicable to other marketing areas also, not just as a funnel. That's what I am relating to it. So Anuran, you one question is, I'm having a question because you people are running an agency and all. So do you also have a funnel for grabbing clients or getting clients?
Absolutely. This is what we call the consultation funnel.
Consultation funnel.
Yeah. So what we the same system which I said you can implement the same thing for you guys. What you can do is anything, any freelancers or any agency owners, what you can do is that first make the strategy, understand the who, where, and how, and what. See, in today's world, it's all about how you can grasp it. Once you have the who and where, think this is a fish and how you will get it and how you will take the fish from here by your text. Think of it how you can present to the client. Not each and every one is similar. Some clients want empathy, some clients want logic, some clients want urgency, they're more urgency driven. So you need to think in a and throw many bets to different kinds of persons, and from there take them to a qualifying page, qualify them, and after you qualify them, take them to a Zoom call, be more professional, understand their business on the Zoom call. This is what this thing, the Zoom call I learned from my mates, Sachin and Sagar. They are fantastic in understanding business. I talk more of numbers. They understand the business very well. Have a team and take them on the discovery call. The team, when you show the panelist of experts to your client, the trust factor increases. And after that, the conversion becomes easy. When we three go on a meeting, we first, all three, we have different agendas. Sachin is more a professional driven, where he just makes the client through his professional questions. Sagar understands the business. I throw the numbers. and we all together we try to close the client within even 30 minutes, and we have closed clients on one day also, and that's a high ticket clients. So this is the system we follow. I would recommend every one of you, whenever you are going on a client meet, have a team of experts with you, or basically your friends, one or two people with you, so that the trust factor increases and the credibility increases. And after that, follow up with the client, empathize with the client, and the conversion ratio would obviously increase in the long run. And one more last thing I would like to say, please serve them better so that the retaining fee increases in the long run.
Okay,
and
okay.
and also you can just ask them smart questions. That's like a really key factor, you know. So
Hmm. Yeah, the right kind
and
of questions you ask.
just
Yeah.
yeah, just make sure you ask them like smart questions and not just like yeah surface level questions. So you know that's what kind of helps me close like $5,000 deals, $7,000 deals. So yeah.
Yeah, that comes to when you're telling about smart questions, that comes to an understanding that for me, talking about their growth, their in terms of their growth and understanding their business more deeper. Uh,
No, most of the time, like people really don't know what their problem is. Like, you know, they're just gonna be throwing you like, oh, this is not happening, that is not happening, these are not working, you know, just give you all kind of reasons. But you have to be the one who's just gonna be like, oh, this is your problem. Those are just the surface level thing, but
mm,
this is your problem.
yeah,
So, you know, you just have to define that in like, yeah, it gets much easier on your end when you have that. So it's like a downhill from there. So, you know, you're just directing them from there. So.
I agree with you. When you talk to them, understand them, and then ask the questions which actually can give you some conclusive action steps. Next, what you can do about that, or link it back to a metric or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. So coming to Sravani, so it was nice having you on. I think you are doing quite. You have a YouTube channel, and I have seen you on various YouTube channels also. That
Yes.
way, and
Yeah.
Sravani also had her own experience and share of experiences. She also sells digital marketing course, which is having two or three variants, I think.
Yeah. Three variants. Two upsells and one is the basic course and two are upsells in that. Yeah.
It's a live
So
this thing. When I talked to her, I understood it's something very much a relatable example, because in today's world, selling digital marketing course also is not an easy job, because a lot of competition is there, and I'm
uh,
seeing guys struggling with that. All big Bs also are there who are struggling with that. So her experience, she can summarize anyway. So Sravani, please.
exactly by this time, it's $10,000 funnel by right now. All my thanks to Vamshi here because somewhere he's been my mentor, kind to be honest. And I'm really happy that I'm sharing panel with him as well here. Thank you for that, Vamshi. And it was wonderful listening to Sashank and Anuran. Uh, Customer avatar, yes, and sales process, yes. I will just talk about India, my place and my funnels, how exactly this worked for me. Literally, I'll tell you how this started. Uh, Everyone here are learning from a premium software company what is funnels. Okay, this is happening in India. Everyone, you see, you have a 18-year old to a 40-year-old guy who is getting registered on this particular software platform, and this software platform is selling a course, and I don't want to mention it particularly here, but everybody are learning it now.
Everybody knows
everyone
it.
everyone knows it anyways, and they're really excited. The next moment they come and say, hey, funnel is the thing, man. You see, a funnel is a thing. You have a sales process, you have to upsell, you have to downsell, you are ordering, you have a tripwire, you have an order bump. Everybody talks really this way, but I was also trying myself. You know what happened the first time? I have a buzz, yeah, as said, because I visit colleges, I visit a lot of corporate training places. So people know me. I have a very good network of 5,000 to 10,000, very close network where I can just tap in and I can get them as my customers here in my place, that is India, because I never did anything to foreigners, and I don't want to, even though I worked I was feeling very much comfortable working here because we start everything from scratch here. So, anyways, my background lies. So, what happened is, as said, I put a very big heading. It was not a problem statement. It was not a solution statement. It was said to be a hook. The hook was, how did I make my 1 crore in Indian currency as an next door mom? Come and see me and just subscribe to my channel is what I wrote. And I was doing a very exciting video. You know what happens? I know my audience and my audience see me. Oh, this is a girl and she's teaching digital marketing and I am ready to learn digital marketing. Let me click and see. They see, and you know what happened? People actually want to test. 50% of them who came there were like, what crap? And few people come back and write under my ad copy saying that it's a fake site. People even did not understand that. The first thing which I'm trying to tell is, know how I did this 1 crore as a next door mom, and for which I'm going to share you a ebook completely for free. Just give me your mail ID, email ID, and phone number there, or drop your email ID and name, and you are getting it right away. And then next step is an upsell. Sorry, it's a sales page generally. What happened is people did not get that, and the people actually came back and told it's a fake site. That was my real first experience with funnel. And literally, I'm telling you why I'm telling you this very sincerely here is, everyone who listens to funnels or the way it should be done, yeah, we have methods, we have processes, we know our avatars. See, let's take example. If I am not with funnels, I'm not with I'm just with my website and I know how to generate a lead. I know as a marketer how should I be able to do it. I understand my customer, I understand my customer behavior, and I understand how to convince my customer to be in my list. I know all this because I'm a marketer, said that. But how do you do that on a funnel for the first time? It's really exciting, and literally you will have a lot of learning. You know, I spent 10K on ads, and the return on investment first time I got is 2K. Now I'm telling that I'm a $10,000. I have done a $10,000 funnel. I think more than 25 to 30 times I had to redo the complete process. And when I'm doing that, the truth is that I had a lot of people who used to come and see how is the process, how is the copy, how is exactly the journey of an individual. You know, it's psychology. Like if I'm going to a school, my mom actually, I make my kid, before he goes to school, I'll tell him there is so much to play, there is so much to do, and I'm making him psychologically ready to get him to the school, right? So I actually take the same example for a customer, that I'm making him go through that process. From say step one, I generally have to nurture my client, say that, for you to believe me, for you to go ahead with my product, you know what I am, or my story is. But still, I'm not convinced. Okay, take a smaller product from me. Then later, we will catch up. So this is what I implemented. Seriously, this is what I have implemented in the later stages. That too with, lot of good help from copywriting, design guys. I had everything in place, everything done well. But now here, I had to put my phone number on order form. I was telling you the other day also on the phone call. I was getting more sales because I put my phone number on the order form, and people call me and just recheck with me that is it real that this girl is existing. Because we don't see, you don't see somebody on an advertisement or a vibe, you see them consistently, but Indians don't believe you unless and until they have queries asked on a call. They feel very comfortable, you see, and they say, oh yeah, if I'm taking the by basic course, what is that I'm going to get? If I'm going to take the advanced course, what is that I'm going to get? And the master's course. So it's like my funnel literally worked like a lead generation funnel in the start. It did not work. It did not, like yesterday I have sent you a screenshot where I did got the complete tripwire successfully done. So from basic to from basics to all the advanced programs one
Yeah.
person has purchased.
Yeah.
I just showed you that. That is a scenario today. But I'm talking about way back a year when I started this, almost a year now. I have to take calls. I have to make them understand that this is called funnel and stuff like that. I trust me. What I have done is I have started doing videos more on what is funnel and how actually funnel works. And my website is a funnel. Just click the link below. It's a funnel. It's not a website. I used to tell that in the videos. Every other video, even though I just go and do it anywhere. And people used to go click and they understand that, okay, she told about funnel, that I'm going to take them to many pages after just giving their information. They got that into the mind. And then my students started buying like that. So I did not change any copy. I did not change any design. I did not change anything. But the way I wanted to tell them that this should work. And I am making them adaptive to this thing. And one more important thing is, to be honest, when I launch my course or anything in India with a funnel, what happens is I'll have to maintain a complete funnel software for landing pages, and then I have to put my complete course on the other platform. I have to do automation with the other email marketing tool. So someone says, why don't you buy ClickFunnels? It's like you have the higher range product where you spend $197 a month. So it's a huge thing. $200, let's say. $200 is a huge thing for a newbie like me then, to start up with automation, to start up with doing all this. And you are not still knowing that you should not write a content like what you write in your website. And you do not even know when how to pile up an offer, or what is offer stacking literally means to you, and how do you that do a differentiation in the offer. This is where people start off. If somebody is listening to this webinar and they're literally new, this is what they're going to experience, to be honest. Here, if their product is in India, I do not want to take anything which I don't experience, because I don't take a risk to talking anything which I did not know at all. So I want to tell this very clearly, that this is what we have to have automations with 3 or 4 different softwares, and we have to take this product from basic and make people understand that this is not a website and this is a funnel where they have multiple things that they are going to get in. And one more important thing Sashank was actually mentioning, I said a baby name right away. Right, you just go on a date and say, hey, let's what should be our baby's name, is what he says. True that lot of well-known course trainers in India, when I click their advertisement, the next page which I'll see is, just go in the same page, I'll have a payment gateway. In the same page, I'll have a payment gateway. I don't even know who you are or what you do, nothing. I just see a payment gateway and I'll have to do it, and I get an email saying that your payment is done and your course is released. And that is what I have seen 80% of funnel. Then they call it as funnel. For the sake of God, I don't know how it is a funnel. So they tell that it's a funnel, and did you go through my funnel where there is a payment gateway and also I have given an offer on the top. There is an offer in the same page, there is a payment gateway in the same page. Literally, is it a funnel? So what happens here is adaptability. I wanted to tell, education is knowledge, or the way we do it, the process we do it. Let's say sales process, or we can tell anything. Because if I'm talking about Vamsi here, he's holding 12 years of experience. I'm taking that advantage of telling about Vamsi here, because he was my boss, ex-boss in a company. I closely worked with him. Let's say nobody else is required for him to teach how should a sales process literally go like. He literally have bought in clients on board who actually pay him a check of 2 CR right away on the table after a discussion. He does not even have to show some proof facts about his company or his profile. Sometimes it was surprising for me that the day he meets the client, also there was a lead closure the same evening. So sometimes I also literally fall for his copies. But still, funnel working is different from what exactly is the live experience. We talk so much about sales process, like this is how we have to bring in the customer, make him feel like, just go make him buy the first product, then we'll have an upsell product. Then if he's convinced with that upsell, We will have another upsell. If he's not convinced with the upsell, we will have a downselling product. Or this the way we tell it, it's not that easy when we implement for our clients on the ground level. I'm talking, okay. I do not talk something like, see, today I did a $10,000 in the sense, I'm telling you, I have changed my funnel and I made the adaptability process more than 100 times in different ways. I did this, and I feel I'm not even successful right now with my funnels. I think I should still do so much with this funnels. Okay. And the potential of the funnel is too high. And it's not just like I come on I see Govardhan on an advertisement, just click on it, go fill my details about the seminar, and then the webinar links come out. And there's a 2-step funnel. And this is only working in India. And people understand till there. And what about next? And the payment gateways, I'll talk about this. It sucks. And no software till date in India is helping us with any payment gateways. Today, if I have to actually do a funnel, I'm very, very much comfortable doing it on WordPress, CMS platform. I'm not even comfortable doing it on ClickFunnels. I'm not comfortable doing it on Buildroll. I'm not doing it on GetResponse. I'm not going to do it on ActiveCampaign. I tried everything. I tried literally everything from scratch. Why? Because people here are still understanding what is landing pages. People, literally, I'll tell you, if you take 2 billion population in India, only 20% of them are understanding what exactly is happening on internet. Literally understand what's happening on internet. The 80% are my customers for my course, because I am making them understand what is domain name, what is hosting, and from there I have to start what is digital knowledge to them. For me, they are my avatars. Okay, they are my customers. For me to take the process, I have to make them adapt to what is a landing page first. From there, I have to understand, make them. Then from IDA, I have to come to what is a funnel. That's the scenario when I see with my people. But still, things are really working fine. I tried influencer marketing, somebody who already is educating a lot of people and other stuff, and people are coming up. People who registered to my courses are no less than having a very beautiful packages. 6 to 10 lakhs per annum is what they earn in India. And they are SAP consultants, they are software engineers, there are digital enthusiasts. So I have this list with me. Any day you ask me, I'll just give you the list also. And I had to take their calls to convince them that that is a funnel. It happened to me. And I want
to make these things very clear, what I understand is that I don't think, or anyone here, we don't think that our customers should understand that's a funnel or not. Because whatever you are trying to teach them through, or whatever is there, like the audience, your target audience are there. Right. I have similar kind of experience with my audience, the diabetics audience, where median age is 45 to 50. Right. So these guys, they are afraid to purchase anything, even 200 rupees. There is an ebook on my website, which is called 40 Steps to Reverse Diabetes. And right. Just only 249 rupees is the modest price I have put. To purchase that also, they want to talk to me. Right. So there are different kind of audience, like your audience, definitely. Maybe they need the trust factor and this thing and all. Maybe one more thing is like, when Indians, we are spending 5,000 or 10,000 rupees on something, like your course might be approximately that, at that level. So definitely they may want to talk to you, or they may want to have more interaction with you. That's a point here. I want to tell this very clearly. People are understanding funnel in such a way that there was one of my mentor was telling this. Even people buy real estate on funnels in other countries. Okay. That is the fact. And there are people. If I have to ask Sashank, the highest priced course.
Yeah, I sold them.
Yeah. If I had to ask Sashank, he would say on this note that I might have sold a $10,000 worth product right away on the first page of the funnel. For me, here the luxury is to sell a 999 rupees product, which is $10 product, and I will receive a call for a $10 product. That's what is the point I wanted to make. It can depend. It can depend. I'm not telling. See, I wanted to be clear in this point that I will not say funnels won't work because it's working for me right now, because I'm making my audience believe me, but still for queries, they're not seeing a website. They're seeing a funnel right away. If you just type diginomad.in, you see a funnel, right? And people just don't know that they have to just fill the form there and go forward, so that there is something called a sales page, which I'm going to talk about. In the start itself, you have that, what you will talk about a process. This is a scenario here which I'm talking about. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
And one more important thing is, don't be in that hype of thinking that some miracle is going to happen. Make your customer adaptable to what you want to sell them on a funnel, is what is my point.
Yeah.
So my point is, now what happened is, my audience are women who are sitting at home, who can sell their products on digital media. Let's say this is my audience. I decided them to come on a marketplace. Now I'm doing a marketplace where they can sell their free products. From there, they can go to a funnel, and they themselves unknowingly they will use a funnel. So I'm making them adaptable like that now, and it's still in process. And I'm very sure that someday, with lot more things, we will come up. And now the good thing about this is, we have built 9 successful funnels for another company, uh, which is also courses. Make
Okay.
it in India. I just would like to mention their name. Make it in India does a lot of courses, and I am doing funnels for them, and the funnels are working. Those funnels which are below, triple
What's
nine
the
product.
name?
Yeah. So they are selling.
What's the name of the funnel?
The company name is Make It in India, and we are doing for CAD funnel. CAD is the subject, and the other subject is, we are doing for medical consultations, then medical coding. So different kinds of products are there, where they sell different courses. Even digital marketing is there with them. We are selling, but it's a 999 product, and
Yeah.
we are selling
Maybe
in two.
the entry level is low,
It's selling.
depending upon if someone is selling is Shahrukh Khan or Amitabh Bachchan, or maybe someone serial level actor. Depends upon the credibility also. Maybe that's the reason. So Sravani, we'll be having very good discussion coming forward.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
so let's have Vamsi on board to share his thoughts and experiences, and then we can have that, and we can have the Q&A also. So it's really got quite interesting with your discussion, giving your point of view. Like everyone has their own experiences with whatever we do. So Vamsi, definitely we would like to hear from you about the funnels, and what are your thoughts? What do you want to tell to the audience who are listening here?
So when you are last on the list, right, and you already have 3 people who are already doing a lot of work in this space, it's like you watch a South Indian dubbing movie in Bhojpuri, Punjabi, Hindi, and all other languages. They have almost covered everything.
Yeah.
But I have a different perspective. So for people who may or may not know me, my name is Vamsi Pannala, and I spent about close to 13 years in the corporate world, decided to take the entrepreneurial route in April 2019 because I had a very short stint with my last organization. I had a huge disconnect with my last employer versus what they were expecting me to do versus what was on the ground reality. So I thought it's time for me to kind of go and explore entrepreneurship. The worst case scenario is that if it doesn't work, there is a job another day, and I have spent enough time to get myself another job at any given point with my experience that I have. So now, all said and done, I think one of the things that I particularly hear from a lot of people who reach out to me, or wherever I get an opportunity to talk to a lot of people, I think one of the things that's very common is that people believe that if they can get access to ClickFunnels, if they can get access to Builderall, or there are like 100 companies out there, like FunnelVio, there is Conversio, there's like 100 different companies out there right now. If they can get a subscription to that, they can launch a 6-7 figure business. That's been like a misconception, big time out there. People just believe that if they have a $97 ClickFunnels subscription, they are just about to hit a 6-figure business, right? So, but if you actually look at it from a 100 feet view, we are all in some way, as Shashank, Anuran, or Sravani for that matter, in the way they have mentioned, we're all a part of the sales funnels. But essentially, look at it like this: whether you are selling to the US audience, whether you are selling it to the Indian audience, or whoever your audience is, right? I think I'm not going to really go deep into talking about the importance of the copy, the sales copy, the copywriting stuff, the messaging, the positioning, and all of that, because I think most of it has been covered. But what I particularly see when someone is selling their stuff. So let me take an example. Imagine that you are selling a course on how you can get someone from 0 to 100 subscribers on YouTube, right? So just imagine that whether you are selling or buying a product, you are also buying a lot of problems with that. It's not just one product. Either you are selling or buying, you're also actually buying certain problems which you're probably not overseeing with that particular product that you're buying. So for example, if you are selling or buying a YouTube program where you are basically setting an expectation that you will take them from 0 to 100 subscribers in a specific time frame, now the problem that you are leaving with the customer is, does he have the right skills to be presentable on the video? Right, YouTube is all about video, right? So if he or she is not really comfortable coming on the camera, there's no way that they will reach to that 100K customer thing. Even if you have kind of broke down everything in the most simplistic manner possible, they will not be able to reach to that goal, simply because they are never going to be so easy on the camera, and they would never be able to put the kind of video that they really always wanted to. Number two, do they know the kind of thumbnails that actually get the number of clicks that they probably want on their videos? So that's another problem, right? Number three, for their problems, for their videos to show up on YouTube search, are they putting in the right kind of keywords on their YouTube titles? Are they writing the right kind of description? Are they using the right kind of tags? So it's just not about selling a product, but it's all about also looking at what all objections that the customer of yours probably will have if they buy your product. I think that's probably where the whole concept of sales funnels comes into picture, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, now, how do you write a copy for that? How do you write a message for that? How do you position that as a product? I think we have already discussed about that. But look at it this way, right? So if you can get the objection solved even before the customer asks for that, I think that's when you have a 6 7 figure funnel, right? So it's all about getting into your customer's head when you are actually selling a product, right? So if even look at other examples. When you're buying an AC, the problem that you're also buying with that is, what if there is a power fluctuation, it might actually burn the entire AC down. So what's the immediate upsell from the shopkeeper? Would you also want to buy a voltage stabilizer, right? And then the other upsell is, hey, do you want a carpenter to come and fix it on your house? Otherwise, you are not going to fix the entire thing inside your home. So when you're selling something, right, just also understand what all objections are going to be a part of your product as well, because I don't think there is any product on planet Earth right now which doesn't have a subsequent problem that is also comes with it, right? So now when you know the whole stretch of what your main offer is and what other objections that people might have, which you can either in the form of bonuses or an upsell or a downsell or an order bump, however you want to kind of position those objections in a certain way that it just complements your core offer, I think that's what you would probably do. But if you can just understand this thing even before you start building your funnel, write your copy, do all your messaging, do everything in your capacity to get your funnel up and running, I think that's where I think all the softwares today, it's just not ClickFunnels, Builderall, or any other software out there. Everyone today has a upsell option, a downsell option, an order bump, or whatever, right? They claim 100 different things, but the software is not important. The process, the way you approach, how you are designing your product, And this works whether it's you are selling to an Indian customer, whether you are selling to a US or a Brazilian or a Spanish. I mean, it doesn't matter, because end of the day, it's basically about psychology, right? So when I know that I'm actually getting addressed all the other things that I'm probably buying with this product, I don't have anything else to convince myself. When someone is making a payment, remember this: anyone who is trying to purchase a particular product of yours, they will tell themselves 100 different reasons why they should not buy it. Now, if you can get those problems, get those answers even before they want to tell themselves that, okay, I'm buying a YouTube masterclass, but I'm not very sure of how I should be presentable because I've never gone on a video till date. If you already have an upsell or a bonus which says this particular thing will teach you to how be confident on camera, and how you can get rid of the camera consciousness, what kind of equipment you should use, what camera you should use, how what kind of lighting should be used. So those answers are already coming for that person, because he's now going to get into your program with so much confidence that there are those other things out waiting out for him to go and watch, so that your masterclass, in terms of however you have completely segregated it to be able to make him that famous YouTuber with going from 0 to 100 subscribers in a specific time, he's just going to be very confident. And those are the kind of customers you want inside your membership or inside your customer base, right? So that's essentially what I wanted to talk about sales funnel. So just don't get carried away in terms of people saying that if you buy my software or if you subscribe to a particular software and put a product of yours on that, you will start seeing $1,000 a day or a $2,000 days, and that's actually all bullshit, right? So a simple sales funnel can be something like what Sravani just mentioned about a landing page where you're saying that, hey, I'm offering you a particular solution to this problem that you have. All you have to do is put in your name, email ID. On the next page, I'm actually telling you exactly that, whether it's a PDF, whether it's a video, whether it is any other form of lead magnet that you want to put in. And then there is a thank you page proceeded with that. I think that's probably the most simplest of the sales funnels that you can even think about. So a sales funnel should need not, there's no hard rule, there's no thumb rule. I'm sure even Russell Brunson would not say that this is a thumb rule where you should have an order bump, you should have an upsell, then it should be followed by another upsell, then a downsell, then a thank you page, an order confirmation page. No, there's absolutely no hard rule that a sales funnel should have these components. If someone says they should, I think they don't know what a sales funnel is. So it's just about serving your customers to the fullest. Not leave them on an island with no direction. If you can do that with whatever product, whether it's a course, whether it's a masterclass, whether it's anything that you are selling, if you can just get into your customer's head, understand, okay, I'm selling this particular product. Now, how much I can go deep into their understanding of how this product can help them, number one, and what kind of problems they can actually foresee themselves into getting into. Now, can I actually give all those solutions to them? And now you can place all of that inside your sales funnel in different forms, right? If that can be done in the right way, you can, in a software, the integrations, email campaigns, all of that are just vehicles. They just take your customer from point A to point B. Those are just the vehicles. But if you can just put everything what I just talked about in the most simplest way possible, and the most complex funnels, if you think is what brings the money, that's absolutely wrong. The most simplest funnel actually brings the money to the table, right? Whether it is about the copy, whether it is a headline, whether it's an order bump or whatever it is, if you can just help the customer, any user who is looking at your funnel, understand, okay, this particular person is trying to sell me this, or this is something that they want me to understand. And if you use some fancy words, fancy colors, designs that really don't understand where they are navigating to, the UX is so bad, the UI is so bad. Even if you host it on ClickFunnels, you host it on Infusionsoft, if you host it on any other famous funnel building softwares, you will not see a single opt-in. So that's what something I wanted to personally share, because my 16 months of experience has already taught me this. So when I personally have been doing my funnel for Impact Marketing Summit that I have launched a few weeks ago, I personally learned a lot of things. So if okay, let me put this right. Understanding of sales funnels in theory is a different story. Actually implementing it is a different story. I mean, you would not be able to understand what a sales funnel is unless and until you build one. You would not know how to integrate a payment gateway to your funnel. You would not know how to call all the tags from your email autoresponder into your funnel software. You would not know how to put in a Facebook pixel into your funnel. So if someone says it's just easy, just go put it in the header. Now where is that header?
Yeah.
Now
This is the
where
point
is that
actually.
footer out there, right? So I
This is
think
the
that
point.
way, if you want to understand sales funnel, build one for yourself. That's probably the most easiest or probably the most complex way of understanding a sales funnel for sure. So don't get carried away by people like me or anyone for that matter who says that funnels will take your business to the next level. They will, but provided you take that path. There's one path and another path and after another path. So if you can actually build yourself in that particular fashion, I think that's when you will understand. The experience is the best teacher, right? So get yourself immersed in building one sales funnel. It's okay. You don't have to have two order bumps, one upsell followed by another upsell, then a downsell. You don't have to understand sales funnels in that fashion. Just do one simple tripwire. A tripwire is nothing but a squeeze page. Just build one for yourself. You exactly understand what are all the odds of getting yourself understanding how a sales funnel actually works. So that's all from my end.
Vamsi, actually, very well put, and I was able to grasp a lot from this 15 minutes. You put it in a very holistic way, so that cleared a lot of doubts. And while I was thinking about funnels itself, I always had a, question in my mind that uh, how are they different from what we do with WordPress or like anywhere when we, as a marketer, we want to lead the customer through a journey. But here, how are they different? Then I understood that what I could make out of my just common sense is that maybe the softwares might be making the job easy of the person who is doing it. But at the end of the day, you have to learn multiple things because on WordPress it has to be it's a more difficult journey because I have been a blogger myself, so I have to learn everything. SEO सीखना पड़ेगा, writing okay is there. दो मेरा इंग्लिश टूटा फूटा है, ग्रामर गड़बड़ है, अगर किसी को दिखाता हूँ तो इंग्लिश अच्छा वाला जो दिखाएंगे ना वो बोलता है कि क्या ग्रामर लिखा आपने. मैं बोलता ठीक है, मेरा ऑडियंस को तो चल रहा है, इट्स ओके. सो एंड क्योंकि मेरा ऑडियंस भी वैसा ही है, majority, I'm not blaming anyone, like 70% of them they're okay with my kind of English because they're also not perfect at their English. Then you learn SEO, then slowly you understand social media भी करना पड़ेगा, then social media marketing सीखते हैं आप. Then email marketing एक important चीज है, without that you can't actually grab the people's attention or you can't actually recall them. Recall करने के लिए एक option है कि email marketing should be there. So learned email marketing, then understood that whatever is there, कन्वर्शन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन शुड बी देयर. आपका वेबसाइट में लोग आ रहे हैं नहीं जा रहे हैं, यूआई यूएक्स navigation, like whatever you talked, all these things are there with the website also. But when it comes to the normal funnels or whatever it is, the same things hold true. But again, there are things that makes people's life easier or maybe difficult depending on the situations and scenarios. Like you said, sales funnels can be simple and still they can
It
get you
should be
revenue.
simple, actually.
And
It
one more
should
thing,
be
what
simple.
you from your discussion, what I could make very well is like that getting the customer's point when we say the objections, ruling out the objections. At the same time, uh, not building expectations when that product is not true for that person. Like Udemy, you see in Udemy courses, they say who is this course for and who is this course not for. Some Udemy instructors do that, and Udemy advises course creators to do that to avoid people who don't have the skill set or that it's not suitable. Like the course is not for these people. This is course is for advanced people only. This course is for only basic people because it's a basic course and some guy already knows the basics and comes into it, he will be having a bad experience. So at the end of the day, everything comes back to customer centricness, the approach, the sales angle or marketing angle again still holds intact. So before now we have some questions to take. Um, I think there is a question on Facebook group.
See, in a lot of occasions when someone says this, but this is the particular software you should use for building a sales funnel, by default assume that he's an affiliate.
Yeah, yeah. Agree with you on that, Vamsi.
Most cases.
And
I'm not saying that everyone does it, but
Yeah, generally.
in most cases, see, funnels can be built on WordPress as well. There's absolutely.
we built a funnel on WordPress, and the funnel is 3-step funnel. One is we give a. So you mentioned that my father is an astrologer. Okay, what exactly we do is the person comes and fills in the form there, and we would say that your yearly report would be mailed to you within 24 hours. And it's like you opt in, you go do the payment, and the mail is shooted within 24 hours. And we have a software which is pre-built, let's say, and it shoots up. And this funnel literally works the best than anything I have ever
Yeah.
tried.
The funnel is nothing but a series of pages, whether it's on WordPress, whether it's on ClickFunnels, Builderall, whatever software, it doesn't really matter. I mean, all you're trying to do, see, the fundamental difference between a website versus a funnel, Shashank, correct me if I'm wrong. A funnel doesn't have multiple exits. It's like you're holding your customer from one page to another page to another page. You're like hand holding your customer, showing him one particular thing on each page. You're not talking about 100 things on one page. There's only one thing. If it's just an opt-in on the opt-in page, you don't talk anything else apart from getting that opt-in successful on that page. On the second page, if it is just about giving them information about what kind of product you are actually trying to sell, it's only about that. A website, on the other hand, you can see contact us, you can see about us, you can see a drop down of 100 different things. You have a footer which have 100 other different things. So there are multiple exits for the user to go out. Inside a funnel, it's very specific. It's like you have blinders. You're putting blinders on the customer so that he is not wavering around with 100 different things that you see. And that is the reason why, because you are kind of getting their attention, it is so very important that your copy is straight, your messaging is really right, the positioning of what you're trying to sell on the funnel is super clear, and it's to the point. You're not trying to beat around the bush. And that is the reason why funnels work, if you are probably following all the principles in the right way.
Yeah, Anmol will be taking a question. I'll be joining in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So anyone comfortable can be answering. I think the question is specifically focused on Sravani and Vamsi. I think they're addressed to it, but anyone can answer. Like everyone can tell their own point of view. It's completely okay. Yeah.
Okay. So hi everybody. This is Anmol Dugal. I hope you can hear me all.
Yeah. Hi Anmol.
Hi,
Okay,
Anmol.
great having you all. And the session was really great. All the knowledge bombs that you have delivered and the right concepts. You have busted out the misconceptions, and also that's really great. Now let's move on to the question. The question is that I am trying my hands on courses. Which platform is better? Teachable, Thinkable, or LearnDash? What do you suggest?
Teachable. From my end, teachable.
Okay. So
I would say just go with Kajabi. You can just create one login for all the people, like all your multiple courses. Let's say you decide to create like 5 courses. Okay, so instead of creating a different login for each and every course for one single individual, you can just have one login, and if they purchase like the second course, just give them instant access. So one password, one login for multiple courses. So I use Kajabi all the time. So just
Kajabi is, yeah, good.
So Shashank, I think Teachable also has a similar feature. So all your memberships can be hosted on the same thing. But a lot of Indian customers use a Teachable. I'm sure a lot of people don't even know about what Kajabi is.
Kajabi is really costly for Indian audience as well, according to my knowledge, because I tried using it then. I could not afford it. So Teachable is what I have my complete course on.
Yeah,
Okay.
my vote also goes. I mean, because it's a question from Trinath. I saw that question. I think
Actually, Vamsi, sorry to interrupt you. It's from Facebook. It's from MD Israr Alam.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
So I think I probably saw, maybe Trinath probably would have put
Yes.
that question here.
Yes.
So, but yeah, my vote would still go to Teachable if you are probably working with the Indian audience. But if it's with the overseas audience, I think Thinkific or for that matter Kijabi are really excellent. I think a lot of audience from the international actually use Thinkific and Kijabi as well. So, but if it is specifically for the Indian audience, I think Teachable is good. One of the things that a lot of people don't use WordPress based course hosting platforms is because it gets indexed, and just in case if the course title gets indexed, and all your videos probably can become public, right? So I think that way LearnDash is a little, I think I've laid my hands on that as well. It's a little complex compared to any other membership sites that we just discussed. So I think my vote would go to Teachable as well.
Actually, I want to add something here. Like LearnDash, I had an experience of building a course for one coach. I did it for her. One advantage with that is like it is cheaper. The advantage when you go with a LearnDash or any WordPress plugin, but the work is involved, complexity is there, but it gets cheaper when you don't have the real, you don't know the market you're catering to, how much is your this thing. You can, but what happens is at the end of the day, it also takes a lot of effort and learning. It's not so easy. But when you go with Teachable or something like the platforms, what I understand is there is every month subscription. So if you are not able to sell enough, the pressure keeps building up if you're a starter. So that is where one issue is there. And I've actually bought a platform called Heights platform. I purchased this as a one-time deal, lifetime deal on AppSumo. So that platform, I got it for $80. It's a good platform, but there's a catch again. What happened is I thought, okay, everything will be free, and I bought it. And at the end, what happened is they were not giving the video hosting part. For video for hosting, they're again asking for charging or something. So what I did is I used Vimeo to actually manage that. The course is only on diabetes. There's a course called 8 Weeks Diabetes Challenge. For that, I was using that platform. And LearnDash also is a good platform. It offers lots of functionality, but at the end of the day, you need to do a lot of work. Workaround is there. It's not easy.
Yeah,
While
time is money, right? So
yeah,
something
Without
which
risk,
is
no
as
risk.
simple.
So monthly things are also fine. We can actually actually handle teacher, because in the start when I did, I had nothing in my hand, literally.
yeah, उतना तो करना ही पड़ेगा. That's what Vamsi also is emphasizing on time is money. Yeah.
Time is money.
So Subhajit, to answer your question, Podia is also something a lot of people that I know in the entrepreneurial world, especially in the States, use. So that's a good option as well. But I think compared to any other platforms out there, I think Podia is the most expensive one.
Yeah.
And
Cost.
Vamsi, the question was from Subhajit itself, the last
Yeah,
question.
yeah. I just saw it
Yeah.
on.
So my bad on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Subhajit. So next we have a question from Karan Parwani in the Zoom chat itself, that how about building a sales funnel for a company selling BMX cycles? Do they sell to millennials? And it's just a hypothetical question. So
Yeah, at least my experience, Karan, with selling physical products, yeah, I mean, a lot of people in the e-commerce space do sell a lot of products on sales funnels, but I think cycle is something which you want to experience before you buy. I mean, in any given, unless and until it's something that you already experienced and you're trying to buy it for the second time. I think anything that probably has an experience component to it, the messaging, the positioning of the product has to be really top notch. But I'm not saying that you cannot sell a cycle on sales funnels, but I think the conversion rate probably might have a question in terms of how people would want to buy a cycle. I mean, just look at it like how we buy our cars, right? Even if you know that Mercedes Benz is probably the world's most safest and the best car, you still want to take a test drive, period,
so
right?
So absolutely.
So that's basically my take. I leave it to the other experts on the panel to answer what their take is.
and before that, Vamsi, Karan has changed it to furniture. So now he's asking about, okay, let's change it from BMX cycles to furniture.
Uh, I want to just add a point here. So yeah. Actually, it's a proven fact that all over globally, if we talk, people literally sold real estate. People sold bikes, cars, also on funnels. Literally, they sold every other stuff. And I think if we are literally looking at the community where funnels are built and the language is spoken, they made two comma clubs and every other stuff with this kind of you know products as well. There is nothing that you cannot sell on. But who is your audience is my question. The point is, again, I'm coming back to my, if it is my country, then it will take time. It is my country, then I'll test it only, then I'll go purchase it. So it's like, if it is, please, if it is in USA, yes, of course you can take every other chance of selling anything that you want. I would not say anything, but two things which you mentioned, Karan, that is your furniture and bikes, or whatever
Cycle.
it is. You can.
And Karan, my answer was very specific to India. I think what Sravani said, because I think you're still in India for that matter, and that's the reason why I talked about the answer from an Indian perspective. But if you were to sell the same in US, I think like Sravani said, people sell villas and all residential properties on funnels, right? And they don't even get to see it. So yeah.
Yeah, and there was one example, Vamshi, we were talking that time, if you remember. I think I do not know whether Satya shared this with you or not, but there was an expensive innerwear that people sold on funnel, and each used to cost like literally some X dollars. Where it in Indian property,
I'm back,
it's like
guys.
yeah. So it was on, if it is calculated in Indian property, it seems that you can actually get a car for yourself for that money. So there were products like that. And my mentor actually is adding to Vamshi. He always shares such stories with me. So leave about having a bike or a bicycle or furniture. People sell these things, and that too a very costly fabric on funnels. And they don't even have that website, no branding earlier, no, they do it. And I think Shashank can add more points to this.
Yeah, can you just brief me on this? What I missed a lot.
So
So,
actually the thing is, yeah, I think Anmol can take over to explain this.
Yeah.
So I would like to go it with the three approach. See, if it's basically if you want to sell it within a specific location, what I will be doing is I will be doing some radius targeting, and I will bringing to the page for a free drive for a free test ride. And once on the free test ride, I will try to then sell him the physical product with some related products like safety pads and all those things. That I will be one approach. If I'm trying to sell it through on the internet, I will definitely go with the marketplaces because the trust is there. And if I'm trying to sell in the US, I will be selling it through the sales page only on the US with the marketplaces, because the marketplaces in India, if you want to selling through the bikes here, then I would definitely go with the marketplaces. And if in the radius, then I would definitely go with the free test drive.
Yeah, it depends upon the location you are in, because way back when Amazon was launched in India and all, people were new to it. Even I remember that I first time purchased online a camera on eBay, and that too I purchased it because it was costing only 3,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees. It felt like an offer for me, like a very big deal for me, and I thought, okay, I'm risking 3,000 rupees. My notion was I'm risking 3,000 rupees. I'm not purchasing a product there. So initially that was there, and in India, still that is there. And now when it comes to online products, like online courses or which can't be touched and which can't be felt, such kind of products, now still the same is continuing. But yeah, the millennials coming up and all the things are happening. Karan's question was like Sashank, to be specific. He was asking about a question about selling BMX cycles to millennials who are in US. Can we do it on funnels? That's one question he asked actually. You can see the chat right now.
Yeah, I went through it. So I mean, here's what I would do if I have to sell like BMX cycles and stuff like that. So I wouldn't even sell them a like thing, sell them a cycle. The first thing I would do is make a physical event where, all those people can come in, and I would use a funnel to get those people in, like get an opt-in for those people to join that event. It'll be like a free ticket or like a $10-20 ticket, which will be hosted by that brand. Like, let's say it's like I don't know, Canon Delhi. Let's say that brand is hosting that event, and I'll be selling that BMX cycle after they actually use, or when go through that event and in that event itself. Because you have to keep in mind that for physical items like cycles, bikes, and stuff like that, those are mostly tested and then bought. That's like a really key factor you have to consider. So without testing it, it's I wouldn't say that it's possible to sell, but yeah, like it's really hard to sell without someone actually touching the bike, riding it, and just doing what we do when you go and buy a bike. Like
Yeah,
I
but who said if someone is coming and purchasing it, it also can be a funnel, no? Like who is coming on physical is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
currents,
yeah, that's how I would say. That's how
it's
I would
also a
say.
funnel. Yeah,
Not like a Shopify store with like BMX bike. I'm not like, that's not what I'm saying. So
yeah.
I like, I would definitely direct the customer journey that way, create a physical event where there
Yeah.
will be, it's easy to get like free people in that event, like 50 to 100 people. And let's say we have like 20% conversion, we make a bunch of money on the weekend. So that's
That's
how I would do it.
that's really cool. You're clubbing best of both the worlds. That's what your plan was.
Yeah.
And the other important thing is, whenever you're selling any product, whether it's a cycle, whether it's costly fabric or whatever it is, essentially what you have to sell them is on the emotion of why they should buy it, right? See, in most of the occasions, right, whenever you buy something, you first buy it with emotion and then justify it with logic.
Logic.
Yeah, I mean, in that physical event, you are doing both, to be honest. When someone enjoys that bike, he's like, oh, I need it.
That's an emotion, right?
And
Yeah.
when there are more people coming there as a crowd, the logic is justified. Many people are buying it.
Yeah,
Many
we
people
are
are,
having that social factor. Like we can also have like some of our people that we know to just make some purchase, to initiate the crowd and like, oh, this dude is that buying, so I'm gonna buy it. That
hangama,
happens. Like it happens everywhere. So
hangama karne ka.
Vibe.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a big power in crowd. To be honest, it's like really powerful. We all, if let's say a bunch of people are stopping in a particular situation and looking at the sky, even we just stop there and look at the sky. That happens.
and
The same
Amazon
goes with buying.
Amazon does that now. So after one stage, what it does is on a product it says bestseller.
Yeah, that's their upsell.
So that's the power of what we say social proof, or they call it as a numbers. Most of the people use it. अरे इतना लोग खरीद लिया ना, इतना reviews है ना. And sometimes I also go blindly that way. When I want a product, I don't have time to review or I don't have time to do that. I'll just go there, see कितना reviews है, average rating 4.5 के ऊपर है क्या? ऐसे 1000 reviews के ऊपर है and 4.5 के ऊपर rating है, then I'm good to go. And if that's more than that I get, I'm okay. I'll not worry much. I'll just see that whatever I'm buying is what I actually want to buy. That's one thing I'll take care. Or else what happens is if you want to buy electric heater and you buy something else, that's not the purpose there. So
What's
anything
the
else
next
here,
question, Anmol?
Anmol?
Yes, we have two questions that Trinath has just posted from Facebook. The first one is that our client wanted sales funnel for tea. We built it and it is selling awesome. It has upsell vitamin capsules. Well, okay. So what is your idea of creating lists, looking for inputs on FB ads and Google ads? What are other ways you start building your lists? Sorry for the ultra noob questions. Well, I believe that no question is an ultra noob question. Every question is a good question. So yeah, to the
No, actually I find it so difficult. How can they say it's an ultra noob question?
yeah. So it's a good question. Let's hear it. Let's just hear the answers. So who would like to talk about it first?
Who was that who asked this question?
That's Subhajit again.
Okay.
Subhajit Biswas. Yes.
So my way of building lists, apart from doing conventional squeeze page and giving out a lead magnet and doing all sorts of that stuff, what I would also do is parallelly, I would probably have a Facebook group where I can have all those people join in, and that's another way where I can put my message. and that can be done in probably one simple way. I mean, it can be the most complex for a lot of people who are probably listening to this right now, but I would probably go live talking about whatever I know every single day, and my call of action at the end of each video would be to join my Facebook group, right? It can be a 10 minutes live, it can be 100 minutes live. That's a decision that you can always take. But when you when you go and publish every single day, two things will happen without your notice. Number one, you will find your voice. What is that you're trying to solve? Who are you trying to serve? And your own inhibitions of not being able to talk properly on a camera, because talking to a camera is probably the most toughest thing on the earth for people who have not done it, right? But if you start speaking to it every single day, that's probably the best friend that you can get yourself, right? So that's what happens. Number one, if you go and publish every single day. Number two, you will attract your dream customers even without asking them. So when people start looking at what you're talking, what kind of value you're providing, there must be 100 other people out there doing the same thing, but they probably would have not been able to relate to what they are saying and how they are saying. Maybe you are the person who actually got, maybe you simplified it in a different way. Maybe your voice was good, your way of, your choice of words were probably good. So that way people really like what you're putting out as a content. So when you probably do a live every single day, or probably, whichever frequency that you want to decide, and you have a call of action at the end of the day, that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I do a lot of other stuff that I don't do on my Facebook profile or on my Facebook page, and I do the same inside my Facebook group. So if you want more value, want to know what I do, and all sorts of that stuff, come and join my Facebook group. I think Facebook groups, that way, even today, we are still scratching the surface. There must be more than 100,000 Facebook groups out there. But Facebook groups is something, Facebook is really working big time. In fact, it has already tested running ads inside Facebook groups. So if you don't have one, probably that's the one of the biggest places which you're really missing out on improving your list. As such, you can always do your lead magnets, get people to subscribe to your email list and do all sorts of that stuff. But I'm sure a lot of people here are digital marketers, and you know that when you want to join a Facebook group, you can ask 3 questions before they enter your group, right? So one of them can be getting an email ID of that particular user who wants to join in. So that's another way, and a little creative way of doing it. And all the call of actions, let's say if it's on your YouTube, your Instagram, one particular, you can only have one link on your Instagram channel, right? So that can be your Facebook group link, or anything, some in terms of that. So that's another, if you ask me, how would you build your email list apart from everything else that the whole world does in the similar fashion, I would probably take this route as well.
So that's really nice. To understand this question again, it's a tea product with a supplement they're actually selling in the upsell, right?
No, I think it was
No,
not
no,
a
no. I think
question.
this is a different question. There's a different question in which I think he's saying that what are the ways to build lists? Means the traffic strategies. I think is what.
I am asking this because I got confused here. I got the answer, but the question was is
Facebook
already
ads. The question was converting people from Facebook ads and Google ads to a email list. That's what.
email list. So what will be the other ways that we can actually get the list built? Is a question.
Not other ways, through Facebook ads and Google ads, how they can make
I
it.
mean, he's just asking the effective way to spend money on Facebook and add them to your list. So
Right.
that's
So why I'm actually specifically asking about this is, if you can try this, who has to tell what message, like fitness gurus telling about any kind of this kind of teas and capsules, and if you are able to add influencer marketing to this, will also help a lot. That's one point. And second thing, if I would, we are actually doing something great. With one specific grocery store in Clayton, Australia. That is, we upsell with 2 different products on funnel. It's a 3-step funnel. generally we have a primary product, and with that we upsell the other complementary product with that. And this literally works well. What we have done is, in the blog we make videos, vlogs, with a local actress there. So she actually comes, uses that product, she shows, and we actually promote that video so much. And in that, at the end, when they sign up, they are actually filling the list. So this happened to us whenever we are doing a festive offers. We are just doing this way. Probably that can be an add-on to add a list and build your list better. I just tried it this way.
Influencer marketing coupled with ads
Ads.
leading to
They're
the.
using the product and showcasing that on your YouTube channel, because I'll tell you, it's a South Indian grocery store in Clayton, and we are working with them from last 3 years, agency. So what we do is, there is a baby actress who is in South India, very much famous. That girl cooks the products, so it's the same red label tea, and it's the same generally tulasi, pancha tulasi, which we use here. We show those two with the girl, and she actually prepares the tea, give it to her dad, and that video is going viral. So what we have done is, the sign up form is under that video. So this is what, it's a trick I just played, because she's actually doing it from Hyderabad, but we pay her because she's a child artist, and he can afford that because he's in Australia. So this is what we are doing it right now for the influencer marketing. You want to try, you can try with a model, or you want to try it with somebody who can talk about it, who are already in that industry, having a vibe. If they talk about it, it makes easy.
Now, when the selling value is high and the brand is big, or their selling volumes are very high, they can definitely afford for influencer marketing.
Influencer, these days everybody are on YouTube, and they're having millions of subscribers already, lakhs of Instagram followers. So even though they are not on the right TV media, we talk on the bigger media. If they are having that YouTube influencer also, we can get a lot of leads, because that's how I am getting my leads too.
YouTube influencers right now, people are using YouTube influencers, Instagram influencers, but depending on the budget right now, people are using. But depending upon the product, again, like whenever someone is asking a question, the question is very generic. So we don't have a background of the product, what they're selling, what is the volumes they're going to sell. If the guy is literally making only, having a product which can only cost is only 500 rupees, then the chances are like, and the volume selling is less, then the game is different. I'm trying to explain the same thing you told in a different this thing. Like if they want to get influencer to inside this thing, they need to understand the if and buts of that. What is their business, and fitting it into it or not. So that's what I'm adding to it. Anuran, anything to add?
Yeah.
So basically, as the question is all about idea of creating lists here, about the inputs of ads and all those things, what we do when we onboard a client is that we found out the dream 100. Where are the persons hiding? We will find out from YouTube. We will find out from Instagram. We will find out from LinkedIn. We will find out from Google blogs. We will find out from other platforms like Facebook. And what we will do is that we will make a strategy for each and every of these platforms. For the paid ads, what we use is that we use the 3D targeting concept. In the 3D targeting, what we do is that we merge the in-market and the affinity with the proper demographics and with the proper channel placement. From there, what we do is that we run ads to the page. And what we do is that from the Facebook pixel, we basically make a lookalike of it, and we run the ads on Facebook on the later stages, so that we get the more qualified audience from there. What you can do is that Instagram, what you can do, find out what the hashtags they are using your dream audience, and try to use the location-based targeting and the search-based targeting. Therefrom, you can get some organic users. In the LinkedIn, what you can do is that join the specific groups. You can use the outbound messages and send them to your pages. And in the Facebook also, you can join the niche specific groups. So, and basically what the most which one works is that find the super targeted blocks and run ads on that, display ads. It works effective. Why? Because when I was working for JoyFit, what we did was that the Health XP, what we did was we made a banner on the Health XP and we run ads for 2 to 3 days. It gave us more conversion than Facebook ads, than Amazon and all those ads we were running. So on super targeted pages or super targeted places, if you run ads, you will get more qualified conversion, means more list on at the end of the day. So try to first.
That's something interesting, Anuran. You mean to say display ads were working very well? Like, what was the conversion you were expecting there?
See, in the Amazon, what we were doing is that when we were running ads on Amazon, Facebook ads, and all those things, the cost per link click was going high. Because this, and when we were doing on Health XP, understand whoever is going to Health XP is already into fitness and is going there. Either is reading a blog or either is reading something, is already into the fitness. If I'm running ads on a YouTube channel which is already on fitness, I'm getting the persons who are into fitness rather than on Facebook where we are targeting based on interest. If today, what you do is that if you're discussing with a friend, a few days back, I checked with, checking with one of my friend, what he was doing is that we were discussing on some creatives. And after some time, he started to Facebook started to show him creative ads, means ads for some creatives like 997 or like that. So this happens. So you are not so much interested, you may not be. You're targeting a specific interest group on Facebook, but on YouTube or on specific blogs, the person is more qualified. If you run from there, you will get more targeted audience.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Be there where your customers are present.
this is what is influencer marketing is. Generally, where already they are already creating that vibe there for your product. Every product will have that. There will be influencers all over the social media, blogs and websites, and we'll have to identify them. And if it's not, sometimes it can be costlier, but it is not costlier also sometimes. So let's
It's
say
all about the conversions.
it's yeah, and it works literally well because there already your audience are there. They are already spending their time, and they are reading the blogs, they are seeing the display ads. So it works a lot. Media buying actually.
And
In the
more,
right
more
places.
questions? Are we having any more questions?
Yeah, we do have one from Facebook, and yeah, Sagar has just come up on call. Sagar, please, you can continue with the question.
Yes, sir. Actually, my question is, so recently I tried out with, what I did is, it's a local based business. So it's an Indian based business itself. What I did is I exported all Google My Business listings actually. So then what I did is I uploaded into custom audience in Facebook and I ran ad. The results were amazing. So the same strategy can work in international because I have not tried it. Can I scrap the Help database and can I run a niche-based ads? Will it works? Because I have not tried out with international markets. I tried with the local markets and it was working very good.
It all depends on your lead magnet if it's related to building your list.
Actually, the
Okay.
question
Yep.
here, Sagar, might not be very, very relevant to our this thing, but definitely Sashank can add to that if he's interested.
Yeah, so is it related to getting more leads, or what is your goal by doing that?
Getting more leads, getting more leads.
Yeah, so if you have to do the same for the States or in the Australian market, you just have to make a lead magnet that kind of resonates with them and is quite specific. So one more thing that I would add to getting more leads, to the previous question, like the most effective way is to just form a lead magnet, not like the generic one. Like everybody is promising like a freaking course or whatever in a lead magnet. Just don't do that. Create a small lead magnet which kind of answers or gives them one aha moment. It's like which they can consume in like 5 minutes. Always remember, always keep in mind, if your lead magnet isn't consumed, if the user doesn't go through your lead magnet, you just have a random stranger in your house. It's like you really haven't built that connection with him. Because with your lead magnet, the main goal is to build your connection. And if you don't do that, and if someone doesn't go through your lead magnet, how on earth is he going to know about you? So, that's what you should also consider when it comes to building your list. Like lead magnet is like the easiest way, but make sure that it's kind of specific. It gives them one aha moment, and it's consumable in like 5 minutes or so. I even wrote a post on my Facebook. You can check it out. It's like really clear on talking mostly about lead magnet, because recently in the last 2 or 3 months, I helped my client, one of my clients, he just spent only like 2 or 3 grand in ads. Okay. We built a list of like 4,000 people. And out of those 4,000 people, he closed 50 of them for his $5,000 product. So he just made 250,000 off of that list. So, it's that effective. You just need to rework the process. It's not like there's anything wrong with the process. And I mean, yeah, you can definitely try what Anuran said or Shavani said, but those things are like, you need to be involved in it for like 2 3 months, getting an influencer in, and it's like quite complicated. It's not like I can wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm gonna make get more people in my list. So that's not gonna happen, okay? But if you just make a lead magnet, which is like super specific, and they actually consume it or they actually go through it, you can just grow your list like instantly. Not only just have numbers in your list, but people who are actually interested in, because you can have like 100,000 people list, and even if that big of a list, and if you can, I have seen those cases, okay? People have like 100,000 people in their list, and only they're getting anywhere between zero point 0.1, very less percent of conversion. That's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to build like a small tribe. It can be 1,000 people, but 1,000 people who are genuinely interested in your stuff, they have like, you cannot imagine how powerful that tribe is. So, that's what you should aim for, and that's what you should kind of think when it comes to building your list. It's not the number. Like, the number looks cool. You can say, like, I have a list of 50,000 people, but how many of them are actually interested in your journey, or how many of them actually open your email? That's what really matters. So, just rework the process. Think about it from a different perspective than what, everybody is preaching. Like, nobody is going to tell you that, everybody is going to tell you you need a lead magnet, but nobody is going to tell you, like, this is why you need a lead magnet. So, try to think about it from a different angle and just go about it. So that's what I would say.
Thanks,
And
Shisha. Got it across. Thanks for the opportunity. Yep.
Yeah.
and
To
Yeah,
and
speaking
one
here.
more thing to do with lead magnets, as far I think I learned it from someone, or I read it from someone, I don't remember that. But one of the key qualities of a lead magnet is that when you're giving it away, your heart should wrench. It should be a product where you can actually put a price to it, but you're giving it away for free. That means that there is so much value inside that, and that's what people will look for a lead magnet. It's not some 3-page PDF or a 5-minute video which is called a lead magnet. A lead magnet is supposed to be something that answers a particular question to the headline, or a question that you're actually asking your users to see a solution that you have provided on that squeeze page, right? So if that
Yes.
doesn't solve, whether you have put in $10,000 on that creating one, whether you have spent 5 minutes, it doesn't really matter. All it matters is, have you kind of given enough value inside that, in a way that people really love what you have given out for free, just for exchange for their name and email ID. If you can do that, I think then your lead magnet is all in place.
I mean, yeah, I get your point with like having giving value, but you also have to consider when you're targeting cold audience. Most of them really don't know you, and they wouldn't spend like an hour or so going through your stuff. Like, I have tried what you're saying, like, I have done those campaigns, but when it comes to cold audience, just make sure it's like something really packed, okay? Something really small. It can be a checklist followed with a 10 minutes video explaining them how to use the checklist. Because for someone, okay, so let's just imagine a situation, okay? Let's say you want to launch your own course, okay? You have no idea, you don't have a proven process, but I'm someone, I have a proven process, and I'm just giving away that process like a checklist, like a Google Doc, like 2 3 pages, as like, this is what I did to launch my $100,000 course. Would you give me your email? Like, if I just did an ad, like, would you give me your email to just get
if
that
i'm
proven
if i'm
process?
if I'm a aspiring course creator and you have given me that, that's the
Yeah.
most valuable document I could ever get my hands on.
Yeah, exactly. So, you just have to look for that part, okay, where it's like, this is the problem I have. If that solution I can get it, like, it's gonna solve a lot of problems. So, yeah, just
actually,
think of your
Sashank,
lead magnet that way.
I got the point what Sashank was saying. Like the lead magnets were existing from quite some time, and what we understand is the lead magnet, the time consumption part, what he's talking about. Specifically, I think he is talking about the consumption part. Like many of us
Yeah.
are a party to it. Like whatever you get free, download it off. वो बाद में देखा जाएगा उसको मतलब वो डाउनलोड तो
Yeah.
डाउनलोड ही होके रह गया मतलब we never
You
actually
don't go through it.
look back into it, and likewise are our audience also. So that whatever that saying is going, but one thing, Shashank, you told that just make it simple 5-minute video, but one thing is to make it so valuable, you need to be the credible guy enough. You are giving out something valuable, though it will taken you only half an hour to create it, but that's coming out of real experience. So that is being valued by the person. So here again, it comes to like, when I want to combine yours and Vamsi's statement, I think it looks like the same thing for me, because he's putting it in a different perspective and you put it in a different perspective. At the end of the day, it can be a 5-minute video or a checklist or anything which is super valuable, which is coming from your experience. Today, you people are sharing some experiences which are not easily found otherwise. Like Anuran Das is sharing his agency experience, how they are getting clients or how they do the thing.
I would like to add one point here. I just want to say it here that few months back when we were launching the agency, we had a conversation with Vamsi sir. So on that conversation, Vamsi sir said us the exact thing, the lead magnet thing, that your heart should go out. The same thing what we did was we built a 11-point sales funnel checklist. And before, when we do any outbound messaging or anything while qualifying, we use that lead magnet. And that's very powerful. And today, standing at this stage, because our agency have grown I just really want to thank Vamsi sir. Today, I'm just sharing this panelist with him, but I really want to thank him as the topic came. And this lead magnet, Sashank also said, Vamsi sir also said, if you are building something which your audience wants, see, if I'm going on a funnel community and they are wanting to build funnels, if I just sending them the same thing, what they're wanting in providing in their dish, then obviously they will connect with it and they will want to work with me in the longer run and they will want to pay me because they will think me as the authority.
Yeah.
The authority factor comes into play here.
Yes, obviously that's one important thing what you have mentioned. Vamsi, you want to add something?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Sashank, one thing what I like about you specifically is like, I wanted to ask you a question. It can be secret. If you want to answer it, please answer it, or else it's okay. You are 20. That's what, when I was discussing with you, you're 20. So the knowledge you gained was quite, what we say, quite condensed and refined kind of knowledge you have actually gained. Because whatever you're talking seems to be very practical. When I'm talking to you, I'm able to relate with it. So what was your learning path? How did you learn things, or what is that secret?
I mean, to be honest, okay, so here's a little bit about me. Like last year, I was super depressed. I was like, I just had like those moments where I felt like I don't want to do anything, because here's the thing, like I have been that kid who was really good at school, who got good marks, and was sold to the idea that I wanted to go to the States. Okay, I got it. I wanted to get into UCLA, so that was like my whole goal, from 11 and 12 standard. But once the kind of results came in and the amount of money we had to pay, I was like, shit. Like I cannot even imagine paying like $50,000 a year to just study in a college. That was something that not possible. Like even if we had did everything, it would get anywhere between like 20-30,000. So that's how much I could afford. So that was like a really big blow in my face, and I was like, all I dreamed of was that thing, and now it's like money is the issue, right? So like, yeah, that's why I had a really deeper connection with making my first few $100. I just wanted to get it, and the amount of value I put in actually making that bucks is kind of responsible for me to digging deeper into each and every concept and learning more. Because from that moment on, I remember last year, like I don't work as much as I used to, but it was last year, it was mostly like me reading all kinds of marketing books and just digging deep. It's not like just scanning it, but I wanted to make money by just reading one book. That's how I used to think, like I'm going to read this book so properly and just go into a deeper concept so that I can at least get closer to my goal. So that was whole my mindset when it comes to learning. Okay, that's how I kind of treated it. And yeah, there are other things, like I invested in courses and all those stuff. Like I've invested more than like $30,000 in like all those coaching and all that stuff.
$30,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vamsi, time is money.
The other day I was talking with Vamsi, and I told him how much I wasted in coaches. So
yeah. Sometimes we also overspend actually. Sometimes we also overspend because there are many false coaches and fake gurus out there. lot of things happen. But I
I
think
saw I saw a guru who is actually tells that he is equal. He got a comment that he is equaling Russell Brunson, and everybody has to come and buy a course from him. And when I go and see his profile, there is a script again written there. Same script.
Tai
Vamsi was
Lopez.
doing a video on this the other day. I was remembering the profile, Vamshi. So and people are buying, okay? People are
I
buying.
mean, here's how I actually look at buying a course. Okay, it's like, let's say someone just I let's say there's a $2,000 course. Okay, it's about copywriting. I know that that course ain't gonna make me a copywriting wizard, but like if I paid at 2 grand, I'd be like monetarily committed to learning the process and actually going through it. That's how I look at courses, and that's why like I'm like more than happy to just get those things. It's like commitment on my end because there's only one stage you can grow, and if you want to move forward, you just need to make financial commitments, and it helps
so.
guys,
Do you
trust me, it
recommend?
helps.
Do you recommend any specific course for someone who wants to learn funnels?
This was my question actually.
I mean,
Not one, na? No one course can fulfill everything.
no, yeah, exactly. Like, it's not like I send you one course and it's gonna just solve all your problem. To be honest, to become a really good funnel builder, it's all about a journey first off, and the second thing is it's all about collective knowledge. Like, picking one thing from here, picking another from there. Like, there's no course on earth which has like everything. Like,
You need to be a
nobody has.
marketer. You need to be a marketer first or a sales guy first to build the funnel.
Yeah, what I would say is in terms of courses or in terms of having an actual skill is like go and become a copywriter, like try to become a copywriter. Just read books on copywriting, because what we are talking right now in this point is all about like marketing stuff, which is kind of basic in like copywriting language. So, if you can
Yeah.
really dig deeper into that concept, and if you can really kind of master that skill, it's like not only a high income skill, but also will give you a really good understanding of your market and how to actually sell them. And then the things like funnel, email marketing, those are just like small bits of it you know so that's what I
Well,
would say.
you
My
said
question to
everything.
Shashank, actually, I have a question. How do you actually select a course? What is the process that we should be generally see? Why? Because the same thing. I spent lot of my money when I did not literally have money on courses, and few made me really grow, but few were a big mistake that I have done, and I spent so much money for single day sessions of 25K. So what is that you would like to uh, not me, people like me, about
Yeah,
how
even I
to
remember.
course?
So here's a funny story, okay? My
Yeah.
first course was like from Tai Lopez, and do you know how I bought it? It was me literally not paying my tuition fee and just collecting and ended up buying my course. So that's how I bought my first course. And also coming back to your question, like if you really wanna buy a course, don't go for all those people who are selling you on the monetary end goal. Like, don't go for those people who are kind of promising you like you'll make like $10,000 after 30 days. Just don't go for them, because if you're making like at least 100 to a decent amount of money, just don't fall for them. They're just kind of they're just in it to make the money, to be honest.
Clickbait, clickbait. Yeah.
Yeah, just look for real teacher, people who have like real knowledge, okay? Because I mean, I don't know at what stage you are, but there will be a stage where you want to know actual marketing and not just like how to make $5,000 or how to make $1,000. You'll reach a point where it's like, I want to know what actual marketing is, and you'll be just kind of passionate about that thing. So what I recommend is just look at people or look at their free stuff and just go through it properly, and just be aware of like what they're trying to do. If I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but when
Uh,
someone is kind of pitching his course, you get it. Like, you get it in that point, right? Oh, this good dude is gonna pitch his course. Just, I'm not saying that they are bad, but as far as my experience, I didn't had a good experience with them. But some really
Actually,
good people.
to summarize
Hmm.
what Sashank is saying, I could get it exactly. Like Sravani also, like just it's not for us people who are here. Many people who are maybe watching it live or maybe watching this video afterwards, the most important thing, what I also have seen, I did not purchase very expensive courses. Mostly I learned everything by self-experimentation. So that's the reason the journey is slow and steady, because it's a part-time thing for me always. I never did digital marketing as a full-time thing. So recently I entered digital marketing as a full-time this thing. But it's a passive thing. So I was having enough time to do those stuff. But one thing, the alarming bells, the red signals, when you see anyone selling a course or a product which is high cost, and they talk about immediate results, they don't really tell the negativities, or like it's going to take this hard stuff. Like I purchased some book or a course from Frank Kern. He talks about scarcity kind of selling, and that's really worth. It's really good principles he teaches. And Ian Brody is their email marketing. That guy is sells. So some guys are really there, and people who generally come on and now they show the cars, backside, flight, private jet, and this type of stuff. And when they say that everything is easy, they never talk about the negativities or difficulties. Then that's a red flag. And problem with today's generation, I can't say today's generation, anyone, a human is greedy. So what they do, and I have even purchased some softwares from JV Zoo,
Right.
because I felt that the messaging, the copywriting, everything was so absolutely fine. So I thought that it's end of my problems. I'm going to sell a lot, I'm going to make big affiliate income.
Mhm.
So JVZoo products are also like that. You see, many of them are not so good. Even actually, they're not promising something bad. But what happens is, we think that that product is end of my problem. Like
Right.
Vamsi was telling, any software is not going to solve the problem.
Vamshi,
Uh,
my question to you actually after this is that what's your comments on OFA then?
Should we take this offline?
Because
I mean, it looks like I'm gonna sell OFA to all the people on the live right now. But I think I have a couple
no,
of
no,
points to add. So, Shravani, I think my way of buying courses, I think right from the time, even if people should know that I have chased shiny objects like there is no tomorrow. So if you think I got my knowledge overnight, no. It took me almost 14 months, 16 months of chasing shiny objects. I spent almost over $4,000. Some of the programs are asking me to still change my password, which means I have not even logged in to some of the courses, right? So that's been my story. But I think wherever and whenever I've bought a course and I decided to spend my hard-earned money from my corporate world that I've earned, I always offer two things. One is, do I resonate with the message that person is saying? What is he trying to teach, right? And anyone, before they actually create a course, most of the time they have their own free stuff out there. So look at their free stuff, see if you are kind of getting some kind of value from them, and if you kind of resonate with the kind of message that you are already getting from them, that's my first checkbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number two is basically when I buy in, I think, I don't know about most of the Indian courses, but anyone who is selling abroad, there's a by default 30-day money
correct.
back guarantee,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So if you don't find what they are teaching useful to you, I mean, you could just always ask for a refund, and it will be promptly given.
That's
And
a great
yeah,
thing.
and number three is, I still respect, I have a lot of respect for these people who say that how see how I made $10,000 in the last 5 months, and this is my income screenshots and all of that. Most cases, 90% of the cases, there can be those 5-10% of the people who are those black sheeps out there, but I still believe those black sheeps as well. But the point I'm trying to make here is, believe them that they have made that money, but don't believe the time frame. In most cases, they
Okay.
must have put in a lot of time. When they say how I made $40,000 from my email list in last 48 hours, they're absolutely right. But that email list could have been done probably last four years, 5 years. They would have put in enormous time, money, effort into building that.
Correct.
So just you just can't write off those people that if they show you income screenshots, if they claim that you could make money in a short time frame, yeah, that's a red flag. But I'm sure they are famous for a reason. They must have got that success for a reason. But if they say that you would in fact by the end of the program you will have $10,000 of revenue coming into your inbox bank account from Stripe or PayPal, maybe not.
It also get down to their promising. Like there's nothing wrong with selling you on the dream, but it all gets down to what they're promising. If they're promising you
Exactly
like
what.
a fake dreamland, it's just don't get into it.
Yeah,
And also one more thing that I want to add, just don't look at courses as like um,
pathway
as
to.
like no,
Payment.
don't look at courses as like something that would help you move ahead in your journey. Okay, so just don't look at courses that way. Okay, because I'm telling you from experience, like if you just execute what you have on YouTube, or if you just go through YouTube and actually execute what they're teaching, you'd be way ahead of anybody who bought like $50,000 $100,000 courses.
Exactly. True.
That's the truth. I'm telling from my experience. And
Yeah, I did
you
this
know
at the end. Actually, after doing everything, this is what I have done.
Shashank,
yeah,
Shashank,
Yeah,
I would
Anmol,
like to
there
add
are
up.
few questions. Just
Sagar
about.
was trying to say something.
Yeah, we have some questions, but if Sagar has to say something, please, Sagar, continue.
No, Anmol, please let us take the questions first and then we can ask Sagar.
Sure, sure, sure. So
Sure.
there is a question from Vikas on Facebook. Guys, what's your take on creating a funnel for a real estate project? What is the best strategy to have on top of funnel? Free site visit is one which I can think of. What else can we put? So that's the question from Vikas. And
The Indian scenario question, I guess. That's
So
what
even in the COVID time, I think what I would do is I'm sure most of the people, even if you say there is a free site visit, I'm sure a lot of people may not even turn up. So to kind of warm them up, prime them to getting them into the next stage of your conversation, what I would do is I probably would create a nice video of how the whole premise looks, how the entire, if it's a villa or an apartment or whatever it is, I kind of shoot a video of all the premise, what roads lead into the property, and the aerial view, everything that probably gives me a virtual feel of what probably they are trying to sell me. That I think will prime me, and then probably as a customer, I will probably take it to the next level. So there are a lot of people out there who would do a 3D view of a particular place you want to get it shot. So if you can do that, I think you would warm a lot of your customers. I'm sure even with whatever is happening with COVID right now, I think it's not just in India. I think globally, I think it's the same scenario. People hardly want to move out until there is something really life changing that they want to do to go out. So if you can do something like that, it primes a lot of your audience to begin with. And when a couple of calls after that, if you can get all those questions answered, whatever they have regarding the property after that short video that you must have posted, I think people will then get into the next level of doing. That's probably what I would do if I were to do something like that.
So basically, what I would like to add is that one of Sagar was doing one of the real estate right now. So we were helping with the funnels. What we did was that we made it as a free site visit to be a free virtual visit, which Vamsi has said.
Okay.
So make it as a free virtual visit. Take them to Zoom and just show them a 3D video, have a conversation, then take them to WhatsApp, build a relation, and then close them.
Okay, that's
No one will come on a free site visit right now. Change the message to free virtual visit.
That's a really good idea, to be honest.
yeah, creating a virtual experience is what the main psychology is, I guess.
Some time ago, what happened is Mahesh actually contacted me regarding a real estate digital marketing plan and all. So I just made a free plan just for trying myself and all. Then I understood that there are many touch points where these guys can actually get new customers. One can be an astrologer, Vastu consultant. Vastu consultants, people come to Vastu consultants and they are ready to buy a new home or something like that. So having a touch point there, having your brochures or making him explain or something like that. And sometimes I felt that the event management people who conduct these events and all, these people here have a database and all. This is not exactly about funnels, but top of the funnel areas where people can interact. There are many. You should be creative in marketing. You should always be creative. Think in creative ways. What are all different ways people can actually get in touch? You can know that car driver, the real estate agency is actually hiring. The same car driver can be hired by 2 3 agencies. So you can get access to other ventures customers from this car driver, and this car driver can also showcase your this thing. So there are many different ways you can think of. Anmol, please move on to the next question.
Yeah, so this one is from Kisholoy Mukherjee. The question is, any idea on how to create a funnel for a health supplement? The business won't agree to any upsells or even discounts. So thinking if a lead magnet would work to get emails and then nurture them to sell them further down the cycle. Any idea if it would work, and if it would, what could be a good topic for a health supplement lead magnet? So it's kind of a very specific question.
Don't go with lead magnets for health supplements. I'm
Not
just
good.
being straightforward
Yeah.
because I've been doing a health supplement and e-com products for like a lot of time, and I have worked with a lot of big people, like who are in the 7-figure, 8-figure mark. It never works. The idea seems really cool to have a lead magnet, and then after they take the lead magnet and just pitching them the product. So what you can do is either go with a free plus shipping funnel, like the typical one, you give away free and a shipping charge. That's like the best way for supplement funnels. And then at the like when you're doing that free plus shipping funnel, like upsell them on a membership. So that's what we have been doing, and I have helped a lot of people do that. So that way you can go. And the other way is like a quiz funnel. So instead of just sending them directly to the product, you just have like a small quiz or questionnaire which have like different questions, and if like it all those questions and the answers lead to the same product. It's like after answering these questions, you just tell them like, oh, given on the preferences or given on the things that you told me, this is a product which can help you solve that problem. So you can take that approach as well. So yeah, just test it out. But the best way is like a free plus shipping funnel. So not a lead mag, it never works.
And the other thing is, what I see a lot of times people do is they want to sell all of their products on the front end. I mean,
Yeah,
put
never.
everything on the
Yeah.
order bump, put everything on an upsell, put everything on a downsell. But I think majority of the people who do 6 figures, 7 figures, their front end is very small. All the major high ticket products or whatever sales that they actually do is in the back end, emails,
Yeah,
nurture
exactly.
them with whatever they do. So, and the moment you say health supplement or anything to do with health, whether it is ketos, whether it is teas or fat supplements, anything that you talk about health, the first thing for Facebook is it's a red flag. I mean, most of the ads don't get through. So I think the easiest way is, yeah, like what Shashank said, most of the healthcare entrepreneurs, they sell the free plus shipping and followed it up in the back end with the emails. You can sell a lot of stuff in the email, and that's the power of email marketing. A lot of people don't leverage at this point.
Yeah, just also keep in mind that when it comes to supplement, your end goal is not only to sell one product. Your end goal is to get them on a subscription. So if you can have like 100 to 1,000 people on subscription, then you have a business. Like just selling one supplement and a bundle as an upsell and doing all those things, it's just like a quite temporary thing. But yeah, when it comes to health supplements, especially in the health niche, it's always keep in mind your goal is to get them on subscription on a continuous recurring payment. So yeah, that's what you should do.
It's interesting that you say that, Shashank. I was talking to one of my friends in the afternoon today, and I said, I'm actually trying to see how I can get in on a continuity program inside my business. I mean, if you ask me, I think every single business out there should have a continuity program, which is
Yeah.
basically a subscription based product.
Actually,
So,
that question when the person is asked, na, Anmol, what he was telling is my customer is not ready to go on means
Upsell.
offering discount or
Upsells or
something and
discounts.
all. So he does not understand. If he's
Yeah.
a businessman, he should understand the customer life cycle value. That is what Shashank is putting it in a different terms, like subscription model. Customer life cycle value, if someone knows that, and if your product is top notch and has a good quality, and you got one customer, and health is like kind of there, like the customer life cycle can be 2 years, 3 years. Some supplements, because health supplement can last even longer, because people on
Yeah,
arthritis,
exactly.
arthritis or some other conditions, they are on supplements all the time. Some vitamin deficiencies are there, this type of things. So they should understand the customer life cycle values as a marketer. And problem is like, why I'm telling this again and again is digital marketers, when everyone call themselves digital marketers, understand marketing, understand business, understand business. When you know understand business, you will understand customer life cycle value, and you use that word to that specific client, he will immediately agree with what you're saying. सर पहले कस्टमर को थोड़ा लेके आते हैं ना, आपको जीरो प्रॉफिट में लेके आ रहे हैं हम लोग, then you slowly build up relationship and sell, keep on selling to him. You should tell,
If
you
you
should tell that.
if you can break even on a supplement funnel, then you're good. And if you can just break even and make like break even cost on your ad, you're good. Because most of the supplement funnel, they operate on a loss because they know it's like I mean, just you guys answer this, okay? Like, do you keep on switching the tea or coffee brand every single month, or is it like you just have stick to one thing, you know? So that's the way how you should think about supplements. It's not like something that they're gonna switch. It's like something, if they like it, the goal is to make them like it. And if your product is good, then they're definitely gonna like it. So it's like they easily get on a subscription basis. So that's the way
Yeah,
how you should think.
as
Like,
simple as people selling that setup box for DTH, they sell it at
yeah,
very low cost because उसके बाद subscription तो चलेगा ही. So that is
yeah,
how they actually earn and make money from there on. And most of the businesses, they're not realizing the life cycle value. Even beauty parlor, spas and all, they have a lot
yeah.
to offer in email marketing, but they're not at all experimenting with that. They're leaving it off. Customers आया गया, उसके बाद follow up नहीं करते. They'll simply send a two line SMS. उससे क्या होता है?
Yeah, we do it for this kind of Vastu and astrology consultation subscription model, in which every year, the auspicious days, there are reports which we generally automate through emails. So it's a subscription again.
It's working well, I think.
It will. That's the strategies. Those strategies made me a marketer actually.
And many people don't understand that many big businesses, even company like Siemens, which is
Yeah.
very big, their revenue, 80% of their 50 or 60% of the revenue is coming from only one client.
Oh, yeah.
Siemens is so big, it's a massive company. And now all the big companies also, they believe that you can generate continuous revenue with the same clients. So retain good clients. That's what people tell, and have that products to sell to them and have a plan for that. Any more questions, Anmol?
Okay. Yes, we have one which we missed, and it's from the Zoom chat itself. It was from Karan Parwani, and it's directed to everyone actually. That where do you acquire most of your clients from? But before you answer that question, I would like to prepare Vamsi that on public demand, and I'm talking about Sagar, Suresh, and me here. That Sravani spilled the beans about the 2 crore story. So Sagar and me want to know that story. That 2 crore something that Sravani mentioned. That if a client will talk to Vamsi and he can convert that. So I guess that is what Sagar meant with that.
I think the 1 crore story belongs to Sravani, not me. So I think that she's the one who should be
No,
answering.
she
that
was
question.
mentioning, she was not mentioning it in a literal meaning. She was mentioning that about the capabilities when she's talking about Vamsi, when she worked with Vamsi. So that time she explained that he's able to do such kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, yes.
That's what, na? So people took it very
Vamshi used
literally.
to, yeah, I have a 1 crore story for my dad's consulting digital marketing services, which I started off as a marketer at home. That's a different story. I was talking about Vamshi closures.
Okay.
The numbers Vamshi close as a salesperson.
That's what she was mentioning it, yeah.
When Anuran was telling about how actually the sales psychology goes, how is that the journey of a sales
Sales
complete
process.
traditional sales go, the same thing should be on the internet. So that literally is the thing Vamshi does on offline basis. But to be honest, when he is coming on internet, it literally 14 months of his journey, whenever he shares on personal calls or webinars like this, it's more serious, that it's not so easy as we exactly talk, that funnels can be built like this, upsell 1, upsell 2, whatever we were talking from long time. So it's not so easy when you talk digitally, like sales process can be set up like this. It does take time for you to understand your avatar, establish the complete funnel, and stuff like that. So
Experiment, fail, experiment, see a small win.
exactly. Yeah, then things start. Even though for people like Vamshi, who is literally professional and have seen numbers, he knows everything offline. To be honest, he dealt with digital marketing teams. He's done a lot of stuff. I don't deny the fact that he's doing a wonderful job right now. But I'm just sharing that. Don't go by the word that overnight you're going to be a millionaire because you're on funnel. So to ensure that term,
Now, to emphasize that you're taking experience, like even though with a lot of experience,
it's
also it
mandate.
takes time. It's time. That's what
You
Vamsi
do
was
it only then you'll know it is what is the scenario we were talking. Then I mentioned about Vamshi.
Yeah,
Vamshi,
that's what he's also mentioning about the 14
I
months.
just gave a number very vaguely. I remember then. I don't know whether the number is correct or
Anmol,
not.
let's move on to the next question. No?
Yeah, the question was from Karan that where do you acquire most of your clients from? Want to know everyone's way. So to all the panel experts here today.
Oh, so I'll go first.
Go ahead.
So for me, I just get all of them from referrals, and I'm just like, that's not a sustainable model right now. But yeah, it's working. But after 2-3 months, it's gonna vanish. So what I'm planning to do is launch my own self-liquidating offer, and yeah, just get a bunch of clients from that. So that's what I'm planning to do. But yeah, now at this point, most of them are for referrals, especially from two of the clients, and yeah.
Great, thanks Sashank. So Anuran, what about you?
Anuran, you're on mute.
Can't hear you, Anuran.
Are you on mobile?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now.
The two ways I would approach it. One is the free way and one is the paid way. Free way, I would go with, number one, I will go with collaboration. I will basically focus on all the online coaches in the market right now. I will go and collaborate with them through a meeting because all the online coaches are there. Most are into coaching. They will, what they will give is the consultation. I will be the backend team and I will say that I have a system in place. So once they give them the coaching in the front, they can just pitch the services to the client and I will get the projects from there, number one. Number two is the marketplaces like I would go on Hub Stuff. I will go on Upwork. Upwork gives good projects. Fiverr is not so friendly for me right now. It can be for other persons. Fiverr, Upwork, and HubStuff, I will go for this three. Then comes the Facebook ones. I will use the Facebook niche specific groups. I will use the content method and all the other outbound methods and all those things. Then in the LinkedIn, I will use the group hacks. In the groups, I will specifically join most of the groups. In the groups, which the persons, the first degree, second degree, and third degree connection won't be a problem on the groups. So what you will do is that in the LinkedIn, you can do the outbound messages from the niche specific groups. Groups name I can't say, but the niche specific groups, you can go into that. From the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, try to get all the client lists. After that, you can go to the directory. In the directories, try to find out the US directory, the UK directory, the Australian directory. Try to scrap the data from there and start your messaging sequences on them. From the YouTubes, what I will be doing is that I will be getting all those big channels in the place. And I will try to find all of the business who are into the business, like Dr. Vivek Bindra and all those big business personalities there. Most of the entrepreneurs follow them, and I will try to figure out from there. On the Instagram, I will go out with two targeting, location-based and search-based. In the location-based, if I just write out the team names, the big corporate names, I will get all the big personalities there. I can easily approach from there, or the hashtags which might.
Anuran, I would like to interrupt you here that the question was, where do you acquire most of your clients from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Facebook.
do all of that?
Yeah, basically, I do all of this only one, but the most I get from Facebook because it comes from referral more.
Okay, that's fine. So let's move ahead to Sravani and then Vamsi.
Yeah, so I am very much active on YouTube, and I have got a few influencers whom I closely work with. We are very much on webinars most of the times, and because of that, my list keeps building. Because I sell courses. Apart from that, I also I'm also coming up with a marketplace only for female in India, where they can sell every other stuff digitally which they have with them. It can be a skill or a product which will be launched this September. So for which the all the prerequisites are in place, for which I'm approaching a lot of groups, only women blogs, language specific women blogs as well, local women blogs, because my target is in India. So this is happening now. And a lot of other stuff is that for other clients, I get most of the clients from Facebook and LinkedIn. uh, Apart from that, one particular business model, retail chain, lot of things are coming from funnels, uh, for the Australian client, because every festive offer really works. So for that, we are doing Google ads.
Okay, so before Vamsi you answer, I have a question from for Sravani.
Yeah,
That since you sell your digital marketing courses, so
yeah.
has there been any chances where your students became your customers, like if they were agency owners or business owners trying to learn that stuff by themselves, but then they hired you to actually implement their systems for them?
Not yet, not yet. Still, the pitches like this, I generally sell it to the corporate when they actually ask for. I give if it is a corporate or it's a solution based, I would offer them 6 months support service, which I charge monthly, apart from the course fee, if that is the case. So till date, there was one client, like real estate client. Exactly this happened. They came up because they could not find out time doing the complete course. So what I have done is I have trained the internal team there with the videos, same thing, and with the WhatsApp support. Later, virtually, this COVID times, virtually, I have supported them when they were implementing the Google ads or Facebook ads, when they were doing listings, SEO listings, and all stuff. I was very much near to them for the 6 months.
Yeah,
Later, they took it over.
that looks
That's
like a
really good.
sustainable model, and it's required
Because
actually.
it's
Many companies
required.
are not having that kind of trained employees. Many people are just like एक course करके आ रहे हैं, वो ऐसा ही नौकरी में है.
Employee idea actually is like this. I always tell corporates very clearly that you cannot spend so much money on an agency, and you're already, see what happens here is they keep cribbing. Oh, itna ho gaya kya? And I don't want to take it after certain time. If you are having a capability of hiring internal team, and if they are literally able to have that 4 hours for your marketing stuff, then please train them. It's okay that they are working for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great. So let's hear it from Vamsi. What are your sources for acquisition?
So there are currently two products on Mole that I'm offering. One is Impact Marketing Summit, that itself. So majority of my leads today have been coming from my press tour. So I've been going on lives inside groups like this with various other entrepreneurs and people who have been speakers on the summit, so on and so forth. So that kind of has gotten me a lot of traffic organically. And the other way is basically, I know I'm running Facebook ads to the funnel for the summit itself. So the idea is I want to reach as many people like me in the market. People who have been suffering big time, chasing shiny object syndromes, trying to build or rebuild their business. So that's specifically where I'm getting my traffic for the summit that I have put up. The other thing that I'm currently doing is, one of the curse of shiny object syndrome is that when you try so much hard to be able to put out your content out there, you might be an expert of the trade that you are currently putting out. Unfortunately, what happens is your content doesn't see the light, which means if you do a Facebook live, there will be hardly 2 or 3 people, and most likely they are your family members trying to see why this guy is on a Facebook live, what is he even doing.
Right,
um,
happened with me as well.
yeah, if you do a podcast, maybe you will get 2 downloads. One is your family member and one is yourself, to hear it out
But
how
I
it
am
has
doing it,
come out.
Vamshi, already.
No, I'm not talking about the experts, I'm talking about people like me. So
Oh, no, this is
so
too much.
so I was just kidding, but yeah. So essentially, what I have seen, to sum up what I was trying to say is, people, especially who are trying to build or rebuild their business, one of the most important problems they have is people don't want to spend time on people who are not authority in their niche today, right? So when you put up a YouTube video, when you go on a podcast, when you write a blog, when you do anything, a Facebook live, whatever it is, right? you just don't see your content getting the kind of authority, the kind of credit that it should get. So what I figured out by doing one virtual summit, I think that was been more than enough. I don't have to do 10 summits to understand what I'm telling you right now. There is no other tool out there on the internet as of this minute that we are speaking on this live, which can give you an authority probably in 3 to 4 months. I mean, people will start taking you seriously if you put up your own virtual summits. And that's what I'm actually doing right now. I'm helping a couple of people right now. So irrespective of whether so I have 34 people on my summit, but you don't have to do it with 34 people. I actually went overboard with a lot of people. There's a different story to that altogether. But you can do a summit with 10, 15 people or even 20 people. And when you are seen with the biggest influencers on your, I mean, the biggest influencer need not be, if you're in life coach, if you're in a life coaching niche, you don't have to bring a Tony Robbins, but someone who has already walked the path that you're trying to walk, and you're trying to show what their success journey has been. And you want to exactly tell them, hey, this guy has already walked the path. Do you want to learn from him? That's all people would want to learn from. You don't have to be, see, I always tell this analogy, right? For a guy who is in LKG, a UKG guy is an influencer.
Right.
Simple. I mean, you don't have to be a guru. If you have already seen what the other guy has done, he is a guru for me. As simple as that.
Right. Relative
So,
experts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying you don't have to be an expert.
Yeah.
For example, if you know how to run a Google AdWords campaign, for me, you are an expert. I don't know how to run it myself.
Yeah,
And if you can teach me, you don't have to be working for Google, maintaining a $1 billion ad spend for your clients. If you can help me set up one simple ad campaign on Google AdWords, you are an expert for me.
Yeah.
And I'm ready. And I think people should be ready to learn from people like that. I don't have to show my income screenshots of selling my Google AdWords course for $100,000, and that would make me an expert. No, my answer is no. So I think everyone, for that matter, if you are suffering from being an authority in your niche, and your content is not really getting the kind of credit it should get, I think seriously everyone should go and do a virtual summit. And today, there are more people on the internet right now than any time before the internet has taken birth. And this is everyone's opportunity. I know a crisis always brings an opportunity, and this is an opportunity for every marketer. I think irrespective of whether you are a course creator, whether you are in coaching business, you are in e-commerce, or whatever you are doing, probably a virtual summit is something which brings you immediate authority, because the authority of people that you interview inside your summit immediately pass on to, not 100%, but even if it's 50%, people start seeing you seriously. I mean, your Facebook lives will be 10, 15 more people, and not your family members for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
That's essentially what I'm doing right now.
And the connections, you also build very valuable connections doing that. Like Vamsi can agree very strongly, because when I started doing hashtag in starting, and now we are in the 9th edition. So by this time also, I'm able to build a lot of connections, knowing people more deeply, talking to them, and also that definitely helps. Like Vamsi was telling his journey about that Impact Marketing Summit. And when Karan is asking about the specific question, I think nowadays one more thing is what's kicking up is community-based this thing. Like when there's a huge community, and in the community you're able to play a very important role, being helpful to others, you'll build credibility very fast. And nowadays many people are doing that. They're answering questions when someone is putting a comment. They're going deep by answering questions. Sometimes I go crazily by answering questions to people on the private chat. I'll get them to the private chat and get them on a WhatsApp call, or sometimes send a video answering the questions. And maybe some people are doing that. So why you need to do that is, that's where you're establishing credibility. You got an opportunity, and you need to establish your credibility. And I'll tell you, today, whoever has participated in this, apart from the contributors, like Vamsi is there, and apart from the panel members, whoever has participated, most of them might be knowing personally Vamsi or Sravani or Anuran or Sashank. Why? Because they know them personally. They want to see what because they have the following, they want to come and see and participate. And some people might be participating because a hashtag, we are doing it in a consistent manner, that we're doing some valuable stuff every time, we're giving some valuable stuff, so that is there. So I felt that it's very important that you interact with people personally, and then you can get clients very easy, like reference and also, like Sashank was mentioning, many of them are references. Sravani might also have that reference part, because she is doing YouTube. From YouTube is something, it's like a snowball. It slowly gets told. Initially, you think that kuch nahi ho raha hai yahan pe, nothing is happening, and all effort. Like initially when we are blogging in 2011 or 12, ब्लॉग करता था, देखता था ट्रैफिक कितना है, एक दिन के बाद, 2 दिन के बाद ट्रैफिक देखता था, उस समय खाली ब्लॉग स्पॉट था. सो दैट वे आई थिंक वी नीड टू, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे, हम लोग इतना बात कर रहे हैं ना, एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आई थिंक ऑलवेज द गैरी वाइनरचक्स एडवाइस इज ऑलवेज वैलिड इन ऑल द सिनेरियोस. पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग goes a long way. The personal branding का meaning यही होता है कि how credible you are and how empathetic you are, how helpful you are. That will drive a lot of things inside. That's what I strongly believe, and that's what I'm striving for personally. So
Even
when
I have a story to share as well. Like most of you are course creators or you help course creators. So what happened to me was when I was going to buy a course, I decided to reach out to the course creator itself. Now the guy was really huge. I didn't expect a response in return, but fortunately he did. And when I told him my backstory, that okay, this is what I'm trying to achieve, that guy, he was so humble that he actually went ahead and said no, that you don't need to do it, man. You already have the knowledge. Okay, so he actually denied me from buying his upsell course, not the one which I asked him for. So with that humble attitude, and with by listening to me, I was very confident that okay, this is the right guy to learn from, that he's not just behind the money, and he actually took out the time and heard my story and heard my requirement, that what I wanted to achieve from that. So
yeah,
now I am a student of all his courses by default, out of respect for him, and obviously the value that he provides is really great. So that thing aside, but yes, what you all are talking about right now, connecting personally, it's very important, and that's what this community is all about. Niche marketers is all about. So cheers to all of us. In fact, right now we are just the 9 people on the call right now, and so we are slowly and steadily growing. So cheers to all of us.
actually the thing is that we are not able to end the live discussions every time, Vamsi, to share the story. Trinad and I have a discussion like, uh, Gordon, whatever you do, but these sessions are getting so longer. Can we shorten this? I tell that we can shorten it, but the people who contribute or who participate in this thing, generally they find it interesting, so they stay back. It's not like we're trying to prolong it somehow. We are not trying to prolong it, because now the kind of people who are into very micro niche, like let us say the 4 people connected here, Anuran, Sashank, Sravani and Vamsi, they all know funnels, and once you get to talk to the similar kind of people, you feel like the whole night is not enough for you. That's how actually sessions get prolonged, and over it you need to answer the questions. And you also, one more thing what I strongly believe is, whatever, however credible and however knowledgeable a person is, knowing a backstory of the person will help us remember. So I always drive hashtag sessions to be the backstory things, like talk about Vamsi's and Savani's experience, their relationship of working together and all, and Shashank's telling about he's paying the school fees for courses, and at the age of 20 he is doing something awesome. See, I respect that, because sometimes we need to learn from anyone who is doing things in a right way. Anuran Das, these 3 people are together doing phenomenal stuff. So I always try to see, uh, I don't worry about what they're doing. I always see why part of it, and portray it more, so that whenever someone is watching now, their recall value is very, very high. In future when someone is coming back, they know Shashank, oh आपने ना स्कूल फीस पे नहीं किया और कोर्स खरीदा और आपने funnel marketer बन गया. So they remember it very well. So hashtag sessions and even niche marketers and hashtag, I'm trying to do that only, to dig on the back stories. अभी बहुत लोग है 20 years का भी बंदा है, he can take inspiration from Shashank, but again daydreaming is not required. So I asked Shashank, how did you learn everything so fast? She specifically told, मैंने इतना डॉलर खर्च किया. So it takes that effort to be that. So that's very important. Anuran का भी बात करें तो he has his own story. So everyone is having the story, and this is the reason hashtag sessions are like this. And we enjoy doing it. I really enjoy doing it. So somehow we are at 12:30. We can call it off. Any final remarks? Any closing remarks? Anyone want to share? So we can close it off at this moment.
So actually, there was one question asked by. There was a live question asked. I don't remember the name. His question was, how does that work for international market if I download the listing, local listing, and upload that in Facebook custom audience? Will that work the same for international audience? Anmol, correct me
No,
if
no.
I'm.
Sagar has asked that question.
Yeah, Sagar has asked that
Is
question.
the
Yes.
question correctly said?
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
Yeah, it works. It works. We did not answer him. None of them.
No, it was answered.
I guess we
At the time
did.
you were not. At the
No,
time
we
you
did
were away, I
but
think.
not specifically that it will actually. We just spoke whether we were just giving an overview.
Yeah, you want to add to that, please add.
Yeah, you just told the answer was lead magnet for that. If actually answered it, that give a wonderful lead magnet so that there will be a closure. I
Yeah.
agree. Adding to that, the process you mentioned very clearly, Govardhan, that it is out of topic. It's a Facebook topic actually.
Yeah.
The listing literally works because the profiles of offline and the profiles on all the mediums internationally, when you see, is very nicely streamlined than in India generally. People they use complete information very much properly. If I say I'm a consultant on Facebook, I'm consultant on Gmail also. Example, okay. If I'm an international,
Person.
generally the audience creative data, custom audience creative data, if you see that in India, interest based audiences literally vary. It's very shabby.
Accuracy
Okay,
is not so good.
accuracy is literally sucking. But for that question, it works. Technicality, it works. I'm not talking about lead magnet and how to do it. That's an add-on from Sashank, actually.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, thank you, Sravani, for that.
Yeah.
So we are going to obviously cut, these videos, and we are going to trim them, and we are going to post them all around after this session. So it's going to help a lot of people, not just Sagar. So really, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And also, guys, just remember, it's not an easy journey. Okay, there's a bunch of things that goes into this, so don't get fooled by the age. It's actually more about doing the thing and just becoming a different person. Like once you get to the ground and just start doing or implementing stuff, you'll grow. Like you'll grow way beyond your age. So just keep that in mind, and just hustle. To be honest, it's not easy. It's never. It never will be.
Definitely, definitely. Because see, at the age of 20, you are getting the clarity. It's not about the age. That's very much accurately answered. Because many people think that, अरे वो कर दिया तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. But definitely, how much time and effort it takes. Like today, it's Monday night, and other people might be watching a movie, they're sleeping happily. But what we are doing here, we are passionate enough, and of course, someone who has came here to the session might want to learn this. So that definitely takes a lot of effort and interest and the passion to move there. And marketing, let me tell you, every time in every session, this topic always comes. I tell it in a very funny way. When you ask people, आप marketing करोगे क्या? 10 people, out of 10 people, 8 people hands down, 2 people hands up. And अगर digital marketing करोगे क्या? अरे ये तो थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है यार, नया लग रहा है. 8 people hands up, 2 people hands down. Because they think there's something interesting, fascinating, कुछ हो जाएगा. उधर भी तो मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, and you need to have the skill set there. Marketing is something, एक skill set भी होना चाहिए जरूरी, but of course everything can be learned in this world. But I think there is some certain nag to that. That's what I strongly believe. When
I would like to add 2 minutes here, just 2 minutes here.
Please.
When I just started my journey, the first thing I saw an ad on the internet, which was make $1,000 daily, and I started only because of that. I'm very serious. I started at the age of 21.
Yeah.
So right now I'm 22. So basically, when I saw that ad that day, I just wanted to make $1,000, and I thought within 1 month I will be making $1,000, and that's
Oh
the
yeah,
only reason I.
that's settle ho gaya.
Yeah, I thought it. I thought it was something about in the WhatsApp or like that. I have to add some ads by some doing some inserting some of the codes and then run some Facebook ads, and I would make literally make $1,000, $2,000, and that's the only reason I joined it. But after I joined the 1 month, I failed miserably. Whatever the salary earned from my job that time, I lost it, and from that day, I had a will that I had to succeed. And
Okay.
what I did was that I've heard all the courses and all those things. Literally in the starting, I didn't have money to buy the courses. What I did was that I just networked with some people who already had that courses. I said, I will offer you something for free. I will do your email marketing, set up on Active Campaign. You give me the course access. And they used to give me, I used to learn from that. And that's how the journey began. I would just like to add one thing here. Please, it's a very tough journey. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. It will be never easy. Today we are having clients, tomorrow we will lose it. It's a long run, but enjoy the moments. That's what makes it. That's
Yeah. Really, that's a worthy advice, Anuran, because
And
being an agency is not easy. Yeah.
and at this point, we actually have to thank families who are actually supporting us. Because for me, if I have to tell, I'm a mom of a 3-year-old. So if Vamshi is sitting there, I'm able to see that his kid is actually coming in and pushing a nana. Okay, and I understand that. Literally, my kid wakes. He literally does understand that mom is working and I should not disturb. And at the age of 3, he's able to adapt to that kind of environment. My mom and dad support me, even though I have to cook. Exactly, alarms are ready. So whenever there is alarm buzz, I just go out, cook, come back, sit in front of. So it's no easy. I literally had my family went literally bankrupted at one point. Now I am a pillar where I stand for my family, and they give back to me this. Like they give me that time. See now, a mom of 3-year-old actually should be with him. Okay,
Mm.
literally talking in sense, but still, why is this happening? Is because they understand that she is standing as a pillar and she is going to do something great. So that emotion also drives. So respect those emotions which actually made you come till here. And nothing, even it's a email marketing or anything, every mistake is done. Even though first time when I was buying something on funnel, I just clicked the back button and my money was gone. I called Vamshi and I literally cried. Vamshi, I just clicked the back button and the purchase happened 2 times. And then Vamshi was, oh, is it so? You write a mail. Now draft a mail. I drafted the mail, and for the copy to be approved, I again sent it to Vamshi. And Vamshi sees the copy and say, okay, you can go ahead. Because I worked in that kind of environment. Earlier corporate, I had a boss. Every time I used to ask my boss for everything. And one more important thing to add here, a lot of people who are younger at their age, and you are all having that boon to enjoy the technical knowledge. You have gurus, you have courses, everything. Today's world changed. So a lot of people who are not into this, and see, I'm 29. So somebody who is 26 messaged me the other night saying that I'm a blogger, I'm not doing anything in my life. And I asked him, where do you work? He says, I'm working with Accenture as some SAP consultant, something like that. I told, you are doing an awesome job. Nothing, not even a single day of yours in your life, in your professional experience will go in vain. Today, whatever I would literally say, today whatever they have achieved in their professional career and turning, they're actually spending their part time on digital marketing. They feel that they are new, and they feel that they are low because youngsters are doing so many stuff. We are actually going by growing older, and we are not able to do that. Psychology is also there with some people. I want to tell them one thing very clearly, that your experience speaks a lot more than what we have achieved in doing it on internet. Okay, it's also an add-on for you today, but never your experience will go waste at any point. So that's what I wanted to add. One more thing, so there is no age limit for something to learn, or there is nothing that it's already time that I'm old, I'm growing old, I'm not getting the stuff and stuff like that. please respect your previous experiences also, and please respect your professional career. Please respect your families who supported you till date. Yes, it's okay if you're learning, even though you're 50 or 60, you can learn. My father still learns, and he does his own Facebook ads now. I really feel proud about him. He's 56 years old.
That is really great. That is really great, Sravani. And when you talked about the 26-year-old guy, that's me. So, I started 3-4 years back into digital marketing, but I could totally relate to that part where the family, pressurizes you at one time that you have to have some financial stability, that you have to settle, right? And those kind of things are still working around for me. So I have, somehow convinced them that, okay, give me some time. And I'm also doing a little well than I was doing, a year before when I left my job and got into this, full time. So thank you for this advice. This is going to again help a lot of youngsters like me who are in that, parental pressure kind of a thing.
Actually, when Sravani
Yeah.
told about the specific thing, like many people who are working in big companies, they're coming and talking and comparing, because the problem is that half of them, they're again like they're back on the shiny object syndrome. They're thinking that digital marketing will change their entire life. That some
Correct.
of them are like that. So we need to immediately tell them, boss, this is not the way. We need to show them the video of Sashank 2 minutes back or 3 minutes back. He told it's not just about 20-year-old making something. It takes
Yes.
a lot of effort. And $30,000 is it a less money?
That's what.
It's a business. Business needs time to grow. That's it.
No,
What
no.
I
That's what I'm
learned is that
saying.
it's a digital marketing agency is also a business. Any business, like us, any businesses, it will take time to grow. That's what I have understood in this entrepreneurship journey of few months.
Yeah, and most of the times, what I'm not sure if Shashank, what I'm telling is correct. Is it 30,000 or what is that number you mentioned?
Yeah, 30,000
Thirty
US
thousand, $30,000
USD. Yeah,
US dollars. 30,000
yeah,
US dollars means people should understand how much risk taking ability should you have when you want. See, always it's always clear that your success is always directly proportional to your risk taking ability. So at that age, whatever risk is
exactly.
taken, but a normal employee is he going to risk $30,000?
I
Because
mean, it's
employee
also
mindset is
funny. Like
different.
when I tell my parents like I just paid a coach like $5,000, they're like, how can you do that? It's like they're just like in my native language, they're just like kind of like, are you serious? Like, how can you do that? Like, how can you trust someone? And when I tell them like, okay, so what I'm getting is like 4 calls every month, and it's gonna be for 3 months. They're like, for 12 calls, you're paying like $5,000. That's like the first reaction, but it is what it is. And also, it took me a really long time to actually convince them that yeah, I can do this full time. My dad was really opposing this thing. Like he wanted me to be go the normal path, but my mom was really supportive. She always was there to support me. Like even when I took a drop year, like she was like always there. Just giving me like 5,000 rupees or something like that. And that just meant a lot at that time. And yeah, I mean, the moment when I closed like my first high ticket client, which was for like $3,000, and then when I just showed my dad, like, look, this is how much I made today, then only he was kind of convinced that, oh yeah, like you can do something,
It's
and
possible. It's possible to
yeah,
actually do.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it took me some time, but now it's okay. Like they support me, but it was really hard in the first, in the beginning. So
Actually, coming back to that Savani, why I'm telling that specific point is, I came across few people when I was at some digital marketing meets. So they're
Right.
in the opinion that they asked the question. Me and Trinath was sitting in that table, and these guys were asking, if we do digital marketing, can we make 1 lakh per month in 1 lakh per month in 3 months of time?
Yes. Yes. This is the questions.
So problem is that it is glorified a lot. So these people ask this type of questions, and they're in a notion. So it's very much important that we need to tell them quitting their job or profession is not the only answer. Sometimes they can convert into, like nowadays, like software companies there, they want to do digital marketing. So the technical expertise plus marketing combined, that
Exactly.
can actually help a lot. So that type of profiles are opening up. So then they need to think that way, because myself I don't fit into anywhere, so I left my profession, mechanical engineering. But still mechanical engineering companies are also hiring digital marketers right now. The trend is starting, still in India not yet come too much and all. So that's what is the share journey part.
Indian market is like a gold mine right now. It's like a gold rush. So just do something.
Yeah.
like sell a course or do something like that. It's like a gold rush,
Now, the market, we are having idea. Actually, I think we can share here. Retail outlets, you see, Vijay, you see this supermarket chains, right? Uh, we are actually capturing every other supermarket guy, and we are telling that come on internet and we are going to sell. So there is a complete case study which is going to happen. I think over the I'll just share a video tomorrow. That's a success story of which the recent client which we have done is like he does not know any technicalities. Either the two generations, that is the previous generation and the current generation, none of them are having a basic education. Like they did not even take the 10th standard, but they are having a very huge vegetable business. I think I was sharing this with you the other day. Probably I did miss. So these vegetables and fruit businesses is what they have. They have a lot of money to invest. Now what I have done is I identified them. I tried to explain them how important it is that at this point, at this corona point, that they have to come and actually uh, launch their complete fruit and vegetable business on internet. So what happened is, because I'll tell you what is the thing, they supply fruits and vegetables to Taj hotels, schools, Marriott, and this kind of vendors they have. Okay, in bulk. They supply this vegetables and fruits. Now everything is shut down in Corona time. I understood that these guys are literally facing the problem that they are not able to go to anybody because there is no end customer. It's a B2B, it's not B2C, vegetable business. Now I have bought them completely on Shopify store. I started they don't even have a billing system. I bought a Zoho for them, integrated completely the Shopify and Zoho system. Email automation has been done. And then now the store is live. There is an application also. It's like get your package, vegetable package every week delivered to your home. And from scratch, when you do from a logo to a brochure to anything that does matter for a marketing material, and bring a website on internet and do Facebook campaigning, look at the confidence that you build for a scratch business when you do it. In India, that is a market right now. What Sashank is telling is this is the market right now. I have bought a boutique like the same way. I have bought a boutique, and there is a this POP. There is this POP which they make idols, Ganesh idols, and all that for Ganesh Puja. They do 3D modeling with that. I bought one business like that on internet. So many businesses on internet, and they don't know anything about digital mediums. They are our customers actually. For me as an agency, if I see local customers, local vendors, is like literally a gold mine for us to actually tap in, make them understand the market. It will be easy for us in near future. Once they are here, we can do so many stuff like with funnels and stuff like that. We can grow a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
You can share your experiences, Sravani, in the group, and whoever hashtag contributor comes on live and all, I generally pre-approve their posts because I know they already have the value to actually give to the community. So I directly pre-approve their posts. Whenever you feel like home, and you can just share a 5-minute video explaining a case study or something. It will be really helpful. There are many guys looking out for real stuff, real knowledge, where they may collaborate, and already collaborations are happening in niche marketers. That's what I'm seeing. Means there are different expertise people, different types. Like whatever experience you have, Vamsi will not be having. Whatever Vamsi has, you don't have, and whatever Sashank is experienced with, so Anuran might not be having that.
Right.
This is all actually there. So Vamsi, anything to add? Because I think your kid is coming here and there again. No.
No, he slept.
I sent him off. So he has this habit of having me on his bedside every single day,
Okay.
which I'm kind of finding it a problem because I've been working with all the people in the states right now. So I
All
only
night
sleep
times.
around I only sleep around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and he always comes and calls me and says, "You please shut down the system." So that.
My mom
But
is already on WhatsApp. She's
yeah.
thinking.
So, but I think as my closing remarks, all I would say is I think we sales funnels as a topic was just the tip of the iceberg. I think we talked a lot of other marketing related things on this live. but I think I think I read it somewhere. Anyone, irrespective of what they are doing, I think they need three habits, right? One habit that brings wealth to the table, one habit that brings health, and the one that keeps them on top of their creativity. So whether it is book reading, whether it is music, whether it is something else that keeps you creative, that's something that you should always do. Whether it is indoor exercise, outdoor exercise, whatever, keep yourself healthy, because if you're making tons of money and you're on a ventilator, it doesn't really matter, right? And obviously you have to do something for feeding your family. You know, you are, in most of the cases, irrespective of whether you are a woman or a man running your family, you are the bread earner. So you have to do something that not only keeps your family safe with all the earnings that you have, but you're also actually contributing to a movement in the industry, right? If you're creating a course, you're not just creating a course, you're also creating a movement with your course or with whatever coaching or whatever stuff that you're doing. So you got to keep that momentum. There will be a lot of times when people would want to pull you down. Situations may not be in your favor, especially if you're doing it in the entrepreneurial world. um, I have personally seen everything like so close. I mean, every single day for the last 4 months, I was hitting a roadblock after a roadblock after a roadblock. My summit launch was an oasis at some point. I was sure that I'm not going to launch this, because those were the kind of problems that I was facing that probably none of the Indian fraternity knew about. Maybe one, maybe two people, but not a lot of people knew the kind of problems, at least the solutions to the problems that I was hitting. So it's very tough to sustain in the world of entrepreneurship. It's so easy to give up, but only those people who go against the odds will win this race. So that's all I want to say as my closing remarks.
Yeah, also I want to add one more thing. So, I mean, in India especially, like we all are really skilled people. Like, you know, the amount of skill that each and every individual have is like super high. Like it's way beyond something you'd get from the States or, you know, other countries. But you know why we are kind of stuck in that same plateau of like income, or, you know, same level of whatever you financial or whatever you say. It all gets down to the mindset or the way we kind of think. And, you know, it's like really important, especially in India. And I just want to, you know, let you guys know as a community that if you can really fix your head, if you can really fix your mindset, and if you can really just get things clear here, like your the amount of potential, or the like sky is literally the limit for you. Because that's what I can say. And, you know, I've met a lot of people, especially. And, you know, one of the main reason, like when I was just getting started, I'm just being honest with you guys, okay? Like when I was just getting started, like I had two ways, okay? Just go the typical, you know, Indian route and get courses and stuff like that from Indian gurus, learn their way, and, you know, just get consumed in that community. But I knew that, you know, like that's not what I want to do. And that's why I kind of chose the other part where, you know, I'm just learning from people outside. And I'm not saying that they are bad or they are good. What I'm trying to say is, if you can actually learn from someone, if you can actually kind of get a little bit of their thought process of someone who is actually at a really high level, and, you know, just apply it to your life and just kind of change your thinking 1% or 0.1% every single day, that's what is going to help you succeed, like a massive amount of success in a really short period of time. So, you know, just keep that in mind and just go on with your life and just be open to advice, okay? Like the amount of the way you think, or the amount of roadblocks you create is your own creation. Like, you know, we all have kind of skeptical beliefs about things. We all have certain things we do every single day. Those are just the roadblocks for us, you know. It's just like we feel like we know everything. We feel like this is the right way to do. But, you know, if that was the right way, then you'd have already been at that level, you know. So just keep that in mind and just be open to, you know, different people, and just having a really broader mindset. That's what I would say, you know.
Yeah, really that helps, Sashank. That's really a good piece of advice there. So yeah, it's like
Because that's the only thing Indians lack, to be honest. I'm just being honest. That's the only thing Indians lack.
yeah, we are lacking at that level. And one more thing is like we don't take risk a lot, and experimentation is
Exactly.
something. We don't want to experiment a lot. Most of the biggest problem I see with most of my people whom I come across, experimentation part. They always they always worry about experimentation.
Also,
And yeah, I mean, the risk factor is really important. Okay, so let's say we have like 30,000 saved up. None of us is gonna spend like 30,000 on a course. Like that's never gonna happen, right? But if you actually spend that money and if you go that broke, I mean, you're gonna learn way more in those 10 days than any like 1 2 years. So just keep that fact in mind. Like your life is not that amount of money or that small little risk that you're gonna take. I mean, life is way broad. Those small things are just pieces which is kind of transforming you to the person that you want to be. So just keep that in mind and just go and take risk. It doesn't matter how big it is. Just be like, I'm gonna do that, even though that you might fail in that thing. Even though let's say you paid someone a lot of money and that he turned out to be a scam. That's a lesson for you, and that's a really costly lesson, and you'll always keep that in mind. And those phases are really important in one's life. And just be happy and just be grateful and just be open to those phases and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Really happy for you, Shashank. At that age, you learned a lot of valuable lessons. Really, it's like, let me tell you, knowing things at that age is really, really important. It's you got a direction now, and you know what to do. And while someone else is asking Sravani, like, I'm back, I'm not successful. So how are you thinking you're not successful when you're comparing? Why didn't you do this 10 years ago? So I never regret on what I did because I'm 40 now, approximately 39 years, nearing to 40. But I always enjoyed the journey because whatever I did, I used to enjoy it and do it. And whatever, it's an evolution. It's not like a one day thing. Like it's not a destiny basically. Because I started a blog like same way like Anuran was telling and all. The same way, seeing that ad, इतना कमा सकते हैं उतना कमा सकते हैं, start किया, and we keep on evolving and learning things and doing things. But yeah, we need to risk because I saw that when I started a company, means I registered a company, Kirtka Infocon Private Limited. I took that registration and GST, everything and all. The seriousness came in because when you do that, the seriousness comes in. You don't invest, the seriousness will not come. So many people think that invest kiye bina kar denge bol ke. So that is one thing I see. Seriousness will come with when you invest money and efforts.
Yeah,
I
exactly,
think
exactly.
I think someone asked a few hours ago on how to learn actually sales funnels. Get on a $97 subscription, you will automatically learn.
देना ही पड़ेगा आप. Yeah, every month the clock gets ticking. The credit card के bill आ जाता है, SMS आता है. So I have a get response subscription. Though I use it or not, it goes on.
No, teachable को लेने के लिए बोला. Everybody should buy whatever they want, and for that bill they will start working. If they are not still working, they are not serious about their ambition. Then let them quit out of that completely. Because I did that. I bought every other subscription and then I sat. Every money started floating in. Why will it not? If I'm passionate, it will.
Yeah.
Great. I think we had a very great session. At the end, we are enjoying the chit chat a lot, but I think we are actually clocking around 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Bye.
So how everyone had dinner or people expecting that hashtag will complete very fast and I'll have dinner afterwards? ऐसा भी हुआ था कोई सेशंस में. मतलब तो सोचे कि 9:30 को सेशन है ना, 11 बजे तक खत्म हो जाएंगे, 11 बजे खाना खा लूंगा, तो 11 बजे कभी खत्म ही नहीं हुआ हमारा हैशटैग.
Hashtag 9, we got used to it. I already had my dinner and I came because
we all reverse engineered your funnel by seeing the hashtag videos.
Right.
We even started making memes of it. That you know, if you are thinking that it's going to end soon, then you are already mistaken.
क्लोजिंग रिमार्क्स बोल के मैं कब बोला, आधा घंटा पहले कि 40.
Okay, but on a serious note, I want to personally thank Gaurav, Satish, Akatma, and there are like 4 or 5 people on the Facebook Live right now.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys for sticking on. Not that the other people left are not serious, but I think it's been a very long live session, and I really appreciate you guys for hanging out there. And it's been, because if we just 6 of us talk, it's no support. So just hanging there has been a lot of help for us to be able to share whatever we could on this session. So really thank you each one of you for being here on this live.
Yeah, definitely, Vamsi. We have that moments every hashtag. We have some people staying back, and luckily that's something we are building a tribe which is very much focused on niche marketers. Every time when people talk about numbers and all, I always say that I don't want numbers. Niche marketers, let the niche marketers be a community where people are of the same tribe. So what happens is whatever we talk, it's highly relatable. So that's where the actually real engagement and value comes out in the community. So that way we are going ahead, and hashtag 10 we are planning to shift it to Monday, Saturday instead of Monday, because Mondays people may be more tired, and because people
Saturday
are working.
families, we will have to watch our second shows with families on Saturday.
Saturday, na?
When Mari, live, if you are doing live, I am the audience also. Consider that as
Yeah, actually, after talking to different people, there are different opinions. But Saturday, most of the marketers are actually
ready.
awake. They're awake, and the Sunday is there for them to wake up late.
Right.
That's the advantage we are having. So Monday, what's happening is some people are working people and all. So every session, actually, one person comes named Subhendu Patnaik ji. He's a global marketing head of Signity Technologies. Generally, he comes on almost most of the hashtag sessions. So last session also he was there till 1 o'clock and all. So we are thinking like to make it valuable to the employee kind of people also who are marketing professionals. But most of the times, generally we startup owners and marketers generally are there because we are able to relate exactly what Sravani is talking to or Vamsi is talking. So that's the advantage we are having. And hashtag 10, we did not finalize the topic. We'll finalize the topic as marketing automation or something that way. I'll inform you if you know someone who fits into that bracket, please let me know. So finally, I don't want to say bye, but have to.
Vamshi has something to tell.
No, all I wanted to say is good night.
Good night, everybody.
So now, please, people don't
Good night,
blame me.
guys.
People, please don't
Sashank,
blame
you
me.
from West Bengal?
No, I'm from Assam.
You people are meeting first time, Anuran and Sashank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our WhatsApp group is there for that only. Hashtag contributors. See, we are always every time we are connecting that kind of people in the same niche, and a lot of connection can happen. You can connect from there and take it ahead from there and talk. So it will be great. So please, people, don't blame me for the long sessions. Now you understood why the sessions take so long. At the end of the day, we are all having fun. So whoever is watching it offline or online, or I mean, as a recording, definitely I believe that they will be having fun from this. So thank you, Gaurav and others who are still there. Thank you very much who are sticking on to Facebook Live, and Vamshi, Sashank, Anuran and Sravani. Thank you a lot for
Thank
coming
you.
on hashtag 9.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
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 Hi, Govardhan ji.
तो ये क्लॉक 1 o'clock ना, तो अभी त्रिनाथ को बोलना ही पड़ेगा कि वो हो नहीं सकता.
पहले आप रिकॉर्डिंग बंद करो.
Yeah, that is correct.